The constant,
We just hear a soft
concern
like
we have.
poof.
Well, because I had
Got
to hound them about the fact that it wasn't working, I was like, "Uh-oh, I can't get into Restream." And then it was like, "Uh-oh, I don't have space on Roll20. Uh-oh, nothing is working." But it is loading. So we have we typically give everybody a couple of
Proud
minutes
of
to
you for
kind
pulling
of
it together.
Thank you. I'm going to throw the announcement in the Discord that we're live. We are live. If you guys want to just hang out for a sec, and we'll put this in here.
Huzzah.
I would like to watch, please.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Are we allowed
good,
to
my
watch
dog.
the stream?
You
Yeah, are we allowed to
can't.
actually?
No,
Because
please
we're-
don't. Actually, I'm streaming now, so please don't watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
When it's someone else like Zach or whatever, then we watch.
Yes.
Yeah.
There is loud thunder outside my house. That is why my dog is barking. I was like, why is he barking? Oh, it's because.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Thunder and lightning.
Yeah.
Atmospheric.
Okay.
And also,
Okay.
yes.
We have a very full roster here at the bottom of our Fuji thing. I just realized how full it is. I also put a little note on the stream that you can look at the stream for like a minute that says, "Sorry, Ethan is running the stream again, so it's missing fun stuff. Sad face." So it's like a little note.
You mentioned all the colors at the bottom of all the names at the bottom of the Roll20, and I look at all the little colors and stuff, and I'm like, oh, taste the rainbow.
We've got 2 blues, 2 pinks, and 2 yellows.
It's
We did it.
so pretty though. I'd
That
wear a
is
shirt
nice.
with in that color, in those colors.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like a Technicolor disco.
Marie, get off the thing. I could see you.
You're not my real mom.
The second I change maps and you can see every monster on the map,
Get out
it's
of the
not
cake.
going to be fair.
You're not my dad.
I'll leave. Don't worry.
So there
Bad.
are monsters.
There's always monsters.
There might
Got
be
it.
monsters.
Yeah,
Depends
but
on
we're
what
not
y'all
gonna get to
do.
see
Is there
them
nice
because
or-
we're gonna take too
are they
long.
good or bad
Ethan's got that
monsters?
plan.
There's a door in front of the monsters. Don't worry. All right.
We're gonna take the
Hi.
ship immediately.
Somebody immediately asked why we don't have the fun stuff. We don't have fun stuff because Zach isn't running all the cool GIFs and things. You're welcome. I say GIFs.
We missed you, Zach.
I thought you were just gonna say he's the fun stuff.
He is the fun stuff. It's true.
Yeah.
Hell's not here to yell at us either.
I know. We're gonna get off the
This
wall.
could
Okay,
go-
let me
It's true.
let me grab the reins
This
before
is
we do
weird.
in fact get off the
Okay.
rails. Hi everyone, welcome to Punch and Roll for Initiative. We are a nerdy and dirty D&D podcast made up of audiobook narrators. And this week we're welcoming some guests that we'll introduce in just a second. But first, I am your dungeon master, Ethan Gray. This week I want to promote something that is internal to our organization, to Punch and Roll Productions. That's right, I said Punch and Roll Productions because we are no longer just Punch and Roll for production. We are going to be doing multiple shows because we are going to start a Patreon. Coming in the next few weeks, we will have a Patreon that will have an exclusive game. The first couple of episodes, the setup episode and the first episode, will be on our Spotify and Apple podcasts, and you will be able to listen to them and see them streamed live. But from then on, they will only be on our Patreon. They will be exclusive there. It is a game called The Cunning Folk, which I want Cleo to kind of tell us a little bit about because she is the Dungeon Master.
Yeah. So The Cunning Folk is a brand new TTRPG written by Emily Graymore. It just finished its time on Kickstarter. It was fully, I think, like 300% backed, which is absolutely awesome. The game itself is essentially, if you're sick of being the grand hero, the adventurer, you get to be the creatures of myth and legend causing mischief and chaos. And that's the whole premise of the game. You are the legendary folk, and generally, you pick someone and you ruin their fucking day. That's the game. And it's a really unique system. It's got a fantastic rule set. It's really intuitive to pick up and play. We did our first, our session 0 2 weeks ago, where I went into too much depth in the rules of the game, which is honestly very easy to pick up and, like I said, intuitive. And we also picked our antagonist, and we're gonna ruin his fucking day. And it's
It's
gonna be
Yeah.
the grey
great.
one, the grey wizard.
The Grey
I
Bard.
love that
That
The
was
grey
it.
bard, that's right.
Yes.
Sorry, Ethan.
Oh, it was me? I haven't. The funny thing is,
Oh,
the only reason the episode's not on our Spotify now is because I've been deathly ill for like a week. I had a like upper respiratory virus and then a stomach bug in a row. And so whenever I got sent the file, I was like, I'll listen to this. And then I was like on my deathbed for a week. So I did not
Oh
listen
yeah,
to it.
then,
you're gonna
of
have
course.
so much fun when as you get to listen to us be like, yeah, the grey bard. Let's ruin Ethan's day.
Oh my God.
Because while he was perishing, we were streaming and doing this and making fun of him for, spending time with his family like a loser.
I deserve that.
So
It's
which
fair.
led to the
Damn.
creation of the Grey Bard and a possible series of other adventurers to ruin their day. So it's gonna be good.
Well, you're
First
all the
episode
worst.
will be streamed eventually, and the rest will be on our Patreon. So you gotta check that out.
Yeah, so please
I'll give it back
keep
to
following
you.
us. We will have the Patreon will be live soon. If you're on our Discord, we'll share it there. We'll share it to all of our socials, and you'll get access to that alongside some other kind of behind the scenes stuff and art and things like that we're working on. So we're excited to share all that with you soon. But we're going to introduce our party the way we normally do, going left to right, starting with you, Cleo. I'm sorry I made you just do that introduction and now talk again, but you were up
That's
first.
fine. Hello, I am Cleo Birch, voice actor and narrator. You can find me generally on the TikToks and the Instagrams and all that. My current audiobook work in progress is Whisper of Apple Blossoms, and currently coming out is an audio drama called Dr. Love that I am a part in. And you can find that wherever you find your podcasts. It's a love letter and a critique of true crime. It's I can't stress how much I actually am very much enjoying listening to this show. It's absolutely amazing. Dr. Love, go check it out. But I play Iris McGurkin, the 80-year-old human monk woman. She goes by she, her. And fun fact about Iris, I did run out of fun facts, but I will come up with one. Her favorite smell is burnt pine because it reminds her of one of Henry's mishaps around the time when they first met.
She's
No.
making me having feels.
I know, right?
I don't know who's next, but that person go.
Up next is Marie.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Marie Mitchell. I am currently in between projects on narration, but you may hear me on webtoons.com as they continue to roll out audio with certain webcomics to a narration, but you may hear me on webtoons.com. A fun fact is she learned to braid because the cows kept wandering and getting their tails tangled in burrs. So now she can do a mean fishtail braid on a moving target.
That's sick as hell.
I love that for her.
Oh my God. All right, Rhodey, that makes you next.
Okay. I'm Rhodey. I am a voice actor, narrator, and audio editor. And fun fact about Raz is he is scared of heights. That's it.
That makes sense. Given what
Does
we
it?
know about Raz.
It,
It does make sense given what we know.
Heartbreaking.
Oh,
and
I guess.
yeah.
it will make sense for sure if you don't know backstory.
Okay,
yet.
now I have feels again. Damn it.
Everybody hold on for 1 second. Seems like this stream is skipping. I don't know why. It doesn't say it's dropped anything. But it did drop. Apparently the Twitch dropped for a second. I don't know why.
I
It
hate
says
it.
it's coming back up right now, so hopefully that's working.
I hate it when that happens.
Yeah, it's entirely possible that because of, if you can hear that,
Hello?
that thunder. Could you hear that?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like it's-
That is
Yeah.
that is the thunder
Heard
that
that.
there is a very big storm coming at me right
I don't
now.
think that has anything to do with it.
As a matter of fact, the
Not
weather
enough.
for the show
Yeah.
is going to be very
Adios.
Oh,
Bless you.
jeez.
it's going to be very rainy because of this, but it looks like it's back up for now. So let's hope it doesn't do that again. Okay, sorry. Sarah Dawn, you were up next.
Okay. I'm Sarah Dawn. I totally forgot what I was supposed to say. I play
You're
Beatty, she, her, and I don't have any projects currently other than auditioning for things. And oh yeah, fun fact about Beatty, she's really good at juggling. She did it for money on the street one summer. That's it.
the end.
Amazing.
And that brings
The
us last to Tegan.
So my name is Tegan Burke, like everybody else. I am an audiobook narrator, voice actor, editor, various other bits and pieces. Um, most people would know me likely from anything to do with the Perception series by David Parker Ross or various upcoming projects such as Miss Eve in the City of Men and things like that. I play Emmy Demira, who goes by she, her pronouns. And her little fun fact is so she has a pair of best friends that she grew up with who will constantly take her on pub crawls, which means that she spends a significant portion of her evenings drunk. So much so that her sisters made her little business cards with her address on them to give out to people so that she could find her way home.
Obsessed.
I love that. And you may see a couple of new faces here as well. Joining us this week, someone you may have heard their advertisement on our. We did an ad swap with their podcast and just absolutely fell in love with them and their podcast. Joining us from Rainbow Dice Club are Ariana and Dusty. Ariana, do you want to introduce your podcast and yourself?
Hello,
if you can
everyone.
hear me.
My name is Ariana. Yeah, you cut out for a second, but like I
Yeah.
got there.
Yay,
and
my
I was
internet.
first, so I'm just gonna
Yeah.
go. That's okay. We all struggle. Hi, my name is Ariana. My pronouns are she, her, and I am from the Rainbow Dice Club. We run Tales of Three podcast, which is a all queer dark fantasy Dungeons and Dragons podcast. And you can find us at Tales of Three wherever you get your podcasts, and then Rainbow Dice Club on all of our socials, like pretty much all of them except for the one that I won't name. Anyway, we're on most of them. And today I am playing Neva, whose pronouns are they, she. And a fun fact about Neva is that they used to think that they didn't like learning new languages until they met people who did not speak the same language as them and realized that Neva likes to learn languages of her friends so that she can communicate better with them.
Aww.
Love that.
Aw.
Dusty, do you want to introduce yourself and your character?
And if I say no,
Then we'll just move on. That's fine.
no, I'm totally kidding. Hello, everyone. My name is Dusty. My pronouns are they, them. And I am a voice actor, writer, and on the Rainbow Dice Club Tales of Three podcast. Today I will be playing Tilly, whose pronouns are she, her, and also technically Helly, whose pronouns are it, its.
There's no concern there at all.
No concern,
Ooh, I love
everybody.
it.
No
Ooh.
concern. That is the fun fact, too.
No, don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it.
Yeah. I'm sure. it will
Yes,
come
that is a
up.
fun fact that there is another character called Helly.
I love
I
it.
love that.
Amazing.
Okay.
My
All right.
severance brain rot is just going on right now.
Does she also run the cult company? Anyway, bringing us into this story, we're going to kind of start in media res. There've been a lot of things that have happened to our party. They're fresh well divers. They've all kind of joined for various reasons. But where we left off last is at the end of the last episode, we heard a noise that was playing and trying to wake Emania. And it sounded like static, like saying, "Wake up, wake up, wake up." Emmy, when you sit up from your bed, you are in an unfamiliar place. You look around at the vertical wood, the rocking, the disorienting feeling of waking up in a place that you didn't fall asleep in. And at first you think, "Oh, I'm still drunk or something." But as you start to step up the stairs, why are there stairs going up from your bedroom? You open a door and you're on the hull of a ship, a small ship. You watch almost in slow motion as you see Redvald and Beryl jump off this boat to the shore, yelling back a phrase to Beatty. Beatty, who's Beatty? They say the name Beatty, and you turn around and you see someone driving the boat that you don't recognize. You look to everyone around you, and everyone on the boat, as you watch Beryl and Redfold fade into the distance as they sprint away to go accomplish a task, you see Amania coming out of the base of the boat. You know she wasn't there. You guys can talk now if you want.
I couldn't tell if you cut
That
out
was
or
the
what.
longest
I was waiting
pause.
for
I
that
had
too.
no
That was
idea.
like
Well,
15
no,
seconds.
no,
I just waited.
My
I know, I
brain
was
was
like,
like, okay,
Iris
so it's
isn't there
Amania,
as far as
but
I'm
then
aware.
but then the perspective shifted to Beatty, and I'm like, okay, so I'll let Beatty
Yeah.
go first, and so I just waited.
Well, then I was like, no, I'm letting Emmy go. I just okay. I was going first.
A lot of chaos
When
erupted
you
at
say
once,
jump
so.
off the ship, what's around the ship?
The shore. They are jumping off onto the docks as they're
Okay, so
going
into
by.
the water. Okay, so
Yeah, no,
it's
not directly into the water. Well, it's close for not Redvold. He can make it. It's close for Beryl. Beryl hits a knee on the dock as he goes over. You were leaving.
Oh, no.
You were approximately. You can't see that because I'm in the GM layer. You were literally right off the shoreline of this river, which is very wide. This is how they get goods and supplies into the majority of this area. Unless it's a very large ship, you see like a break here, but this is where like smaller ships with goods and supplies come in. And so you were right next to the dock still, and both Redvald and Beryl have just leapt off the boat, yelled something back at Beatty, and you hear them say the name Beatty, and you hear them say another name, Darius, as you come kind of bleary-eyed out of the deck of the ship you were not on whenever you went to sleep.
uh, wow, I must have really drunk a lot more than I thought I did. Uh, hello? Hi. 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 Uh, when are we?
Had to find the accent there. When are we?
Yes.
From what time frame? I don't know. Are you
Well, is
talking?
it
Are you in the
tomorrow
future?
already, or is it? Uh,
I'm assuming based on the smell of you, it's tomorrow for you.
I sniff my clothes.
I
mean,
you do smell like alcohol still. Raz, you recognize as you see her come out of the deck. As a reminder, the only two, Marie, you and Raz, are the only two people still on the boat besides Red and Scarlett. Pick and sorry, Kaida and what did I say? What did I say?
Marie.
Marie. I've done that like 3 times with Redvold and Aaron too. I keep mixing them up. I'm having one of those days.
Oh my
I've been
God.
sick
I
all
was
week.
gonna go with it, but like
I'm Marie now. It's fine. No, Kaida and Raz are the only two players currently on the boat. It's the rest, and BD, because everyone else is our NPCs.
Okay.
Yes.
How, when, why, what? I'm assuming I was carried here.
Well, I to answer part of your question, this whole group, I'm still learning your guys' names. I'm so sorry. Um, was in a bit of a pickle, and Iris asked me to help.
Oh,
There
Iris.
was a
I know
guy, he
Iris.
got
That's
shot
good.
in. Oh, okay, yeah. I'm assuming you know the rest of these folks too. I kind
I
of
hope so.
stumbled upon them. Some guy got shot in the face. There was this creepy
Wait,
bone
what?
cat thing.
Bone cat.
Um,
Oh,
there was
okay.
also this other guy,
Bone
You
big
cat.
know,
guy. Do you know
Beatty
a
kind
big
of
guy?
saved our asses.
Oh, okay.
But Emmy, baby, are you drunk and hungover at the same time?
Well, the last thing I really remember is we were at my house, and then Raz was taking a. You know what?
Mm,
Doesn't matter.
What?
I leave y'all alone for 1 hour.
Look, we went to my house. Oh, oh, shit. What time is it?
On the concept of
I
time.
clocked, so I don't know.
It's only been 5 hours, guys. We've been through 5 games.
It's been
Beatty,
like a
you
day,
are,
right?
as someone who's familiar with like shipfaring and that kind of stuff, it is like early afternoon, so it is it's around 1 o'clock ish.
Shit. Where's my bag?
Okay.
Where's my bag?
How did you get on the boat?
That's what I want to know. But where's my bag?
Roll a perception check,
I
Emmy.
can't know where your
I
bag
never
is.
saw a bag.
Shit.
Beatty, I'll also give you the heads up that you loaded this boat. You did not put Emmy on this boat.
Okay.
Imani, when you turn around, your bag is laying in the bed where you were.
Thank God. I turn around and I start rifling through it to try and find my vitamins. Shit. I hope it's not a problem.
Appearing on your shoulder is also Kepri, who's looking for vitamins with you at the same time.
I won't tell her if you don't tell her, okay? I don't think a few hours really matters.
You're able to easily
Meanwhile,
find
I'm
them.
gonna
They're in the
rifle through
bag.
my bag and pull out some rolls from Guzman.
Yeah, you have
'Cause
plenty.
We're gonna hydrate and we're gonna eat some food. And we're gonna maybe take a bath.
I find my vitamins, dry swallow one.
I hate that you do that every time. Beatty, as you're
Oh.
navigating these waters, I need a survival check as you're just kind of like, or do you have vehicle proficiency?
I don't think so.
Okay, then I need just a standard survival check.
I don't know.
You know a couple of things because you have worked in the industry you've worked in. I don't want to give away too much. If you look at the map here, this like
Yes.
part of the
Circus,
bridge,
obviously,
this
she's a
like
juggler.
this part of the
Well,
this,
that was a hobby.
this part of the wall here is a checkpoint on your way out of pilgrimage, and it will require some finessing to get out of, especially if you have anything you're not supposed to on the boat. That is up to you whether or not your character would have that. But you know, these people may or may not be potentially that. And so as you're on your way out, you're going to have to do something when you hit that point. As you're on your way, though, in the distance, all of you hear a
Internet
noise.
depriving us of Ethan.
Is it doing it again?
Yeah. You
Just
kinda
Oh
do
my
that.
god, I'm sorry, guys. What's the last thing you heard?
Oh no, you just
was
keep
just in
cutting
and
in
out.
and out, so it just like
Okay,
I
let
feel
me
like it's
let me
censoring
try-
vital information.
let me try
but-
leaving the
Narcs are
Discord
gonna give us a
call.
hard time at the
Yeah.
wall.
Yeah, let me try leaving the Discord call and coming back see if that fixes it. This is so
Just make
fun.
sure
I
you're
love when
still
this happens.
recording.
I am, I promise.
Yeah.
It's super
Yeah,
fun.
everybody
Telling me right
level
now.
up.
Do 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 do. You all did it. You leveled up. No, not really. Get out of here.
Yay.
Uh,
Aw,
You are not now.
Ah, dang it.
The last part I remember you talking about was the wall and the checkpoint. I
Yes,
don't
so
know.
you are, Beatty, familiar with the fact
That
that
was
you
the
are going
clearest.
to have to you're going to have to clear this checkpoint at some point, but you're navigating this river, which is pretty wide. But I just want a standard survival check from you, just to kind of like navigate around the different the different things you're going to have to deal with and see how easy it is for you controlling this
Okay.
gem in your boat. Yeah, it's not too difficult. This is an easy, well-traveled waterway. You've done it dozens of times. You're headed toward the checkpoint. And as there's kind of this like get rid of the hangover moment with Emmy and Kaida, you hear Iris in the distance. Iris, what are you doing on your way in?
I'm so sorry. I cut out there for a bit, but
Oh my God.
Iris is coming in.
I would love her to be up in the crow's nest. Just we don't know how she got up there, but her
Because Ethan, I
spry
remember
little
what you were telling me
Oh my
about
God.
Iris's
Yes.
arrival. Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Yes, it still is. We're having a
Wait, you got
fun.
notes? Shit.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I mean yours
God.
is a secret, but Iris's is not.
Sorry.
Yeah, mine
Go
was
back for
you
me
were
one more time,
drunk.
I
bitch.
apologize.
No.
Yeah, I mean the end of the last episode ended with that like strange static noise. Emmy, you wake up hearing that strange static noise. You hear that
Okay,
like wake
okay.
up noise, and you wake up in this bed instead of your bed. But Iris,
Okay.
you come in, and everyone can hear you because you are doing what?
Okay, so yeah, I'm. Am I flying in? Hold on, just.
I'll do it.
Wait, what?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
In the distance, you hear Iris yelling to Beatty and the ship, and as she comes sailing in, you see what appears to be a very small mechanized, like almost like motorcycle that's an airship. It only holds 2 people, and she currently has a driver that is using some sort of a propulsion on the back of this ship that seems to be pushing air out of it. It has a small flotation device under 2 wings, and as she's flying in, you can hear her yelling in the distance for Beatty to kind of help
Oh
her land on the boat.
dears.
I always knew Iris
Ah.
was a badass, but damn.
I'm just thinking that moment of Sophie from Howl's Moving Castle.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
I've-
Beatty's gonna make sure she lands correctly, and while she sees her, she's gonna just yell, "Mama!"
Wait, what?
And yeah, she'll land. So the unit of thing will land, I guess, on the deck of the ship and kind of do like a cool like. Iris like pops off. There's gonna be like a helmet because safety first. Pops off the helmet. You see the man that was driving this contraption. He looks like young David Hasselhoff. He's maybe not yet. Like he looks like the Hoff in the vintage of when he was in the SpongeBob movie.
Baywatch.
Not then, just a
More
bit
specific
sooner.
vintage.
She gives him a little kiss on the cheek as she pops off. She's like, "Oh, thank you so much for the ride. I miss Aquafit, but I'm glad you found your meaning." And she'll turn around and she'll see Beatty and she'll just tackle her. I think. Yeah,
Yes.
a lot of things. She just
Beatty
squeezes both
will
of your
hug her back.
cheeks.
She'll hug her back aggressively and just like, "Hi, Mama."
"Oh, it's so good to see you, dear." Oh, and she'll like look around and she'll be like, what the fuck is Barrel?
And Beatty's gonna she's gonna be like, yeah, Mama. So bad news about that. I got
What?
everybody on the boat. Um,
Excellent.
and your friend Beryl, he kind of hopped off, took the big guy with him. Sorry, still not clear on his name.
She's in the right
Yelled,
fuck.
oh, what did he say? He said,
What did he?
Beatty, I have got to go. Tell Iris Darius. And then he jumped off, and I didn't even get to tell them that my one rule for the boat is don't jump off. But yeah, that happened. So sorry about that.
Oh, Beatty dear, that's Darius, all right. But it's good to see you, dear. You got everyone here safe. Thank you so much. Oh, it's so good to see you again. And she'll if the Hoff is still here, she'll wave to him. But
Yeah, he guns it and takes off, and he goes, "Hey, don't forget, we got, sorry for mix up words, pretty ladies. we've got practice like next Thursday at 4 p.m. for the water aerobics off, So we'd love you to be there. You're a real champ, Iris.
So it is the
Thank
Baywatch
you, dear.
version. I knew it.
He like peels out on the deck of this boat, looking directly at Beatty as he drops his sunglasses, and he kind of like winks through his sunglasses as he guns this thing up into the air. And it makes just like the tiniest bit of
Such
a sputter
charmer.
as it starts to fail just a tiny bit as it hits the air.
I'm just gonna like
Petey's just
nudge
gonna look
Emmy's
at.
arm and be like, hand her the roll while I take another one out of my bag and bite into it as we watch all this go down.
I'm standing next to her, like watching as well, and I like to think we start biting and like eating in unison as we're watching. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Petey's gonna lean towards Iris and just be like, can I join you for your next water aerobics class?"
Oh dear, yes, of course. It's a great way to stay, fit and fluid in your old age. I mean, not that you need it. I need it more, but that's fine.
That's how she got up that rope so damn fast.
What is happening?
It'll benefit us all. And she'll turn around. She'll be like, "Oh, Fridwell's gone too. Oh gosh, well, Beatty, thank you for getting us all here. I guess we're heading out." And she'll. You've all met. You've introduced yourself, right? You've remembered your manners.
In a matter of words.
I kinda.
Ma-
We.
uh, no.
She
I don't
saved our
really know
bacon, so
everybody's
she's just one of
name.
the crew now.
Wait, but saving bacon. I have no idea what's going on.
Well, Emmy, I sent dear Beatty here to collect everyone because we were getting out of Dodge, right? So I had to take care of a few things.
No, not why. Like, obviously yesterday the guards, I feel
Iris,
like I've
there was
missed a few
kind of
steps.
it was a thing. Yeah,
Oh.
so I came in, they were kind of in the middle of some stuff. Didn't really get to exchange pleasantries yet. We kind of just I got them here. I don't really know anybody's name other than Beryl, and he's not even here anymore. And then this one over here just showed up on my boat. I don't even remember her getting here. So
Oh,
Me?
unsure about
This
all
one
of
me?
this, but
I'm assuming she's
Yeah,
pointing at me.
yeah,
I don't have any visual cue. So
sorry, I don't
You
know
can't see
I
her?
don't know any of your names.
Look,
well,
there
that's
are
no way
mine.
to make new friends. All right, everyone, this is dear Beatty. She's a very close friend of the family, and an absolute gem. And everyone, please introduce yourselves. She'll look at Kaida.
Hi, I'm Kaida. Sorry, I'm Kaida. And I just kind of like nudge Emmy. It's your turn.
I put swap the roll to the other hand. Emanaya Demira, you can call me Emmy. Thank you for the ride. I guess. Not that I guess. No, I mean, thank you for the ride. I appreciate it.
Wonderful. And she'll like look at Raz.
I still don't know how you got here, but you're very welcome.
Mhm.
I'm questionable in the details myself.
Iris is gonna raise an eyebrow at Raz, like the grandma look.
What?
You
He
should
doesn't care.
introduce yourself.
Oh, man's gonna get a clipping.
Here's one thing. This whole time stuff's going on. Raz doesn't really like water. And so he's just I don't think he has sea legs.
Oh, another
and
thing
so-
Raz doesn't like.
Oh,
Shock
well,
horror.
yeah. So anyway, he's a little irritable, but he sees the situation because he's been oblivious. He's only been stressing about the boat and the water. And then when he sees that y'all are introducing yourselves, he's like, "Oh, Raziel, son of Adriel. And they call me Raz. And then he turns back around and starts like stressing about being on the boat again.
Beatty's gonna
Brilliant.
Beatty's gonna narrow her eyes at him and then kind of lean towards Iris and just, Mama, I don't know if I like him. He does look easy to torture. I don't like what he's putting off right now though.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that's
Kind of if
that's
I could
just
throw him
him.
off my boat, I might.
Yeah, maybe not for now, dear.
Raz, when you say
I really want to though.
Raz, when you say son of
When I say
Adriel,
what?
Pick, who has been literally chain smoking against the like mast of the boat, throws a cigarette down on the deck, stomps on it, spits on the ground, and flies up to the mast.
That's a
It
bit
gives
rude.
Raz just like the slightest joy, but he holds it back and doesn't show it too much. It's just this. Okay.
I love that harpy.
The one nice thing he's finding in this whole situation.
It's
You have to
torturing the
understand, too,
harpy.
So,
Yeah, because this whole event that is coming up is nothing he's looking forward to. First off, he's not excited about the boat ride, and then the direction they're going is literally the opposite direction he wants to be going. So, yeah, nothing about this is making him happy, except for that little bit.
You hear
Beatty's
Red's.
gonna lean
go ahead,
towards
Beatty.
Iris. Beatty's gonna lean towards Iris again and just be like, I think I'm with the harpy on this one. This guy, whatever.
You
so
hear.
question.
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
We're heading to a checkpoint, and we've apparently got people after us. Should we be on the deck of the ship if they're potentially looking for us?
As you say that, Emmy, you hear Red from the front of the boat go, "Speaking of the checkpoint, it is right there." And about 60 feet in front of you, you are approaching the checkpoint. What the checkpoint effectively looks like is the river is flowing like across and underneath this very large bridge. And so there is a fort on the like, I don't know which side is left of a boat, but on the left side of the boat, there's a fort that has like armaments on both sides of the
Got it.
wall. And they're able to walk out onto the bridge, and you can see what looks like a gate that they're able to drop. In the distance, both I have to remember names. Neva and Tilly, your boat is headed toward the checkpoint as well from the opposite direction. You can see it looks like a pretty busy port in and out spot where they're slowing it down. Beatty, you were familiar enough with having done the things you've done in your life that you can see a blockade coming whenever it's starting to form. They are in the process of setting up a blockade. They are going to start checking every boat. They are not done doing it yet, but you can tell they are like in the process of moving like the little boats out that they use to like stop the water, to like thin the streams. They're already starting to bring the outside ships are starting to come to a halt, which are on like your left side, and you're on the right side, the side that's moving out to the sea, and you are starting to be slowed as well. What would you like to do? You're steering the ship.
My goodness. Okay. I want to stay as far as oh my God, words. I want to stay as far away from where the main part of the blockade is right now.
Mhm.
I want to try to sneak by, but I might tell everybody. BD's just gonna say, everybody, maybe not to alarm anyone. We might want to go below deck. Everybody else, I'll stay up here. It's fine. But maybe make yourselves less visible for now.
Can do.
All right.
I'm just gonna push Emmy in front of me. And we're gonna go down there. And we're gonna find a wash rag, girl.
Look,
If anybody sees you, it's gonna be really bad.
Yes,
See,
let's
that's
get
what I
all below.
thought. Okay, it's come. I grab Kepri.
It is going to be packed in this lower part. That means everybody is basically going to be standing side by side.
I also give Kyra
Yeah.
like diabolical side eye and cast prestidigitation on myself.
Nice. Iris is gonna stay like once everyone's in, she'll close the door, but she'll keep it open like just enough, or she'll like look under the door just so that she has a visual on BD as
Mhm.
often as she can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Will Neva and Tilly please roll a perception check for me?
Sure.
Woo.
Or if one of you has a high passive perception, which you probably do, Neva.
Oh, lucky 13. Oh, wow.
Oh, dang.
22. Nat
Hell
20 plus 2.
Okay.
Oh.
Neva,
All right, first roll.
you were able to
Nat
help
20?
alongside, but Tilly is the one who sees as they're dropping these gates. You watch at the checkpoint as they start to like drop these gates into the water. They come down a decent distance, and as they do, you watch the water around it rise quite a bit and then fall quite a bit. And then another gate falls. They're like narrowing the pathway, right? So only one ship can go on each side. And as they're dropping, fall quite a bit. And the pathway, right? On each these gates, every time they drop one, the water rises. And every time they stop dropping one, the water falls just a little bit. And Tilly, because of your nat 20 perception, you know what this means. This is the breathing you were told about. And
Okay.
you know what? You also, because you rolled a nat
Um,
20, in the distance you can see a boat, and you can see some people who are moving, a large collection of very different looking people who kind of match the descriptions you were given. You actually see, because you rolled a nat 20, you see the glint of a badge on one of them as they're moving below deck.
Dang,
Tilly sees
my
into the
special
next
eyes saw so
dimension.
much. Yeah.
You saw a sin
Tilly
number.
sees it. Tilly
stole
sees
my
into the next
identity.
campaign.
At first I was just going to give you that, but I was like, I mean, it's a nat 20. You can, I mean, they're only
Jeez.
about 60 feet away from you, so you can see pretty well. They're slowing these boats down quite a
Okay.
bit. Boats don't move very
I see
fast
you with my
either.
special
So.
eyes, dang.
As you're moving the boat forward, each of you
I think
kind of have a
I-
choice on what you're doing. Sorry, go ahead, Tilly.
No, you're good. I was just gonna say, I think I turned to Neva and motion to the boat. And say, well, I think we're here.
Neva looks around.
With her
All right,
assistance,
can we make the boat go any faster?
I
I'm
don't
s-
know, God, can we make the boat go faster?
I can't tell if he's cutting out or if he's just.
I just heard
waiting.
myself echo.
No.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to wait. I'm
Yeah.
trying to be patient. You can't really make. I mean, you were slowing down for the blockade, right? Because you're entering this area and there's a stack up of about 5 or 6 boats. You could go faster if you want to try to run the blockade, but they are exiting, and so if you want to try to catch them, you are going to have to either turn around, which is going to look suspicious in a blockade, or you can try to just gun past, to the side and hope you somehow, get close to them, or, get right next to them. It's kind of up to you how you want to navigate it, but these two things are kind of happening at the same time, so I'm going to jump back and forth between people. So I'm going to jump over to Beatty. Beatty, you were the third boat back on this blockade. It is starting to slow down. They have not fully shut this down yet. They are in the process of dropping these like large gates to kind of like slow down the traffic, but they have not finished yet. What would you like to do?
I want to try to race around whoever's in second right now.
So you want to gun it ahead of the person in second to get into the second position. Is that right? Or do you want to be in first, or
Yeah.
you want to go past everybody?
I want to try to go past everybody, but if it
You're trying
doesn't,
to beat the gates, right?
Yeah. Are you trying
Yeah.
to beat the gate, or are you trying to get
I'd
in
like to
line?
beat the gate.
Okay. We're running the gate, baby.
Nice.
Let's do it.
Mm.
You don't have vehicle proficiency, so what I'm going to do, this is not like a guidance thing, so I'm going to do it as a dexterity check. So make a just flat dexterity. It's a d20 plus 3 roll, and this will be contested by the guards who are going to be trying to catch that you're doing this. They're going to try to stop you.
Okay. Do I just do the ability on the
Yeah,
sheet
click the ability instead of the
dex?
save. Yeah.
to
And
roll it?
as you are trying to run
Okay.
the ship past them, they didn't roll very well. Yeah, you have a 17. So as you are trying to
There we
jam
go.
this thing past the gate, you start to speed up the boat with the power of your resonance with this gem. You kind of gun it, and as you do, you watch one of the guards rush over. Raz, did you mean to cast bless?
No, I was trying to read what my spells were, and I pushed
Okay,
the wrong button.
just making sure. You watch as one of the
We're
guards.
blessed.
We're blessed. Hurry! You watch as one of the guards rushes over to
We're
drop
blessed.
the gate on top of the position you're pulling through, and as he yanks the lever to do so, it falls down right behind your boat, effectively cutting off everyone behind you, but not you.
Mhm.
Tilly, I'm going to let your perception check ride from that nat 20. As you see this boat that you saw these people go down into the inside of, gun past this checkpoint, you watch as the water swells again as the gate slams down. It slams down and the whole river lifts and shifts to the side. The whole body of water, you feel it move. And actually, BD, roll a perception check for me.
Nope. Crap. Where am I? Where?
Oh, wow. Okay. With a 22, you see as at least one of the guards is doing some kind of magical ability or something. He's activating something, and you watch as a shape comes out of the water that looks almost like a serpent of some kind made out of water. It's large, it's about the size of a horse, and it starts trying to follow your boat. And as it's trying to do that, Tilly, you see this boat careening right at you with the river lifting and moving to the side. What do you do with your boat?
Move it the fuck out of the way, I guess. Yeah. I mean, well, is it the boat that we're after?
Yes, this is the boat that you recognize that you're after, and it is careening straight for you,
A
being
question.
chased by what
Is
looks
it
like a
just-
large water monster.
Large water monster. Is it just the two of us piloting this boat, or is there somebody else piloting this boat?
That's kind of up to you guys. Did you want to have somebody else piloting it? I assumed it was just
say-
the two of you.
I think it's just the two of us, and I think, will it be possible for us to literally try to jump ship onto their boat as they come by?
That's
or...
what
Yeah,
I was
you
thinking.
can try, yeah.
I was like, do we
Neva
care about this
literally-
boat?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Neva looks at Tilly and is like, I do not know, Tilly, but we rented this boat. I mean, I think we should just jump it.
Fine by me. Let's go.
Whatever you do,
Okay.
don't look at the explosion.
Don't worry about it.
We're
Um,
never gonna get
I need
Monster back.
both of you to make either an acrobatics or athletics check as you attempt to jump onto
Okay.
this other boat.
Oh,
As
boy. Okay.
Sarah, or rather Beatty, what's happening to you is this river lifts and moves to the side. And with a 22, wow,
Oh.
with a 22 perception check, Sarah, you see the water lift so far out that a cave on the side of this river is like the water's flowing you toward a cave in the side. At first, you think, oh, Tilly,
The dichotomy of man. Holy shit.
Damn, funny than a two.
Does Helly have to roll too?
Yes, she does. Luckily, I think she has
God.
pretty decent athletics. Oh
Oh,
no!
what the fuck?
Oh
today,
no! Oh
Dusty, you're
boy!
Consistent, I'll give you that.
Oh no!
Hope you- hope you
Those are
enjoyed
two
it.
nat
Oh.
ones. That's for the podcast. That's two nat ones.
That's wild.
Oh.
Both
All right,
Tilly
it was so
and
great playing
Helly.
with everybody. It was so
Have
great
it,
playing
you
with
know?
everybody. Have a good night.
The nat 20 and the two nat ones in a row is wild. Two nat 20s.
Damn.
Okay. So
Can I-
a couple of things all happen at
Rainbow
once.
Dice Clubs, 20s or ones. No mix.
Yeah, I
it's
guess.
a yes or no.
God.
This water
Can I
lifts.
Try to do something.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
sorry.
No. Absolutely, you can.
Well, so it's not like super conventional, and if I can't do it, it's totally fine. But if I see them like not making the jump, is there a way that I can try to like thunder wave them onto the boat if I jumped after them?
If you are willing to burn the Thunderwave spell, yes. If you're
Yeah.
willing to burn a spell slot for it, yeah, absolutely.
So I
I
will
love that so
definitely
much.
burn a spell slot, and I
Okay.
think what happens is when Neva sees it, I think that they are about to jump, and so they slam so hard down on like the edge of the boat to get like
Mhm.
some impact, and Tilly and Helly will feel this like rush behind them as they're pushed forward.
Okay.
They get a double jump.
As all of you slam onto the boat, you feel the rivers separating. And at first, all of you inside the boat, this is chaos. You were just slamming, you're all like shoulder to shoulder, you're slamming into the walls. You have no idea what's going on. You're just assuming like something bad is happening out there, which I'll give you a chance to react to that in a second. But the Beatty, you see the water separate and flow toward this like water-like cave. And as your boat is quickly pulled toward
Okay.
it, you have a choice. You can either try to steer it away from this underground watery cave, or try to force your way back up into the stream. What would you like to do?
Does the cave look like it would fill up with water from where I'm trying to picture it.
Roll a survival check, I think is the best for that.
Okay.
It looks like it seems odd because this is some sort of rough-hewn cave. It looks natural. And so it may fill
Mhm.
with water. It looks more like a natural eddy, like maybe it's an outflow that pushes out from the side of this river somehow. So you're not entirely sure if it's going to fill with water or not, but it looks like it's natural at least.
Fuck it, we're going for the cave.
Okay. As you feel the water shift and move, at first, again, you thought maybe this is part of the effect of this creature that was following you, this strange like water elemental thing that this man, this guard manifest from the guard station back there. But you see that thing has fallen behind. It is no longer, and it seems like several of the boats are also being pulled into this kind of like shifting of the river, and your boat like speeds down into this cave. Everyone inside the boat, what are y'all doing?
Running out of the bottom of the boat. I think as soon as things kind of get a little weird, if Iris can like peek under the door and see Beatty and then see two bodies hit the deck, she's running out.
Okay. You were the first one out.
Ooh. Yeah. Do I see what's the sitch? What do I
On the deck, you see two people and an animal that have just slammed on the deck of your boat, and you are currently traveling down a Willy Wonka ass cave that is just like terrifyingly flashing colors and water rushing behind you. But in all this chaos, it is hard to make out who the people in front of you are. So I think in this moment it's very difficult. Actually, roll a perception check. We'll see what all you can tell about them in this
Yeah.
moment.
Alright, see.
His stomach just made the craziest noise.
Yeah.
My stomach made the Willy Wonka
18
noise.
mode.
Okay, yeah, I think you can make out enough of the details of the characters. So, Neva and Tilly, will you please explain what your characters look like and what Helly looks like?
Yeah. Okay, so you see a chubby half elf who stands probably about like 5 foot. I was gonna say 10 feet, but definitely not 10 feet. 5'10". So they are tall. Bronzish skin with almost like this greenish tint to it, and long, wildly curly, dark green hair down to their lower back. And they have very thin antlers growing out of their head. But if you look closer, you probably can't see right now, but you will. They're actually tree branches with little like leaf buds that are growing out of them. And if anybody looks long enough, you'll notice that her eyes are this like glowing amber color. But when she blinks, it's almost like dipping a colored paintbrush into the water. Her eyes from the pupils will expand and ripple out so that they're entirely black, and then they go back to the amber. She's wearing a really, really fancy, like overly fancy dark brown lace top, deep V-neck, and like bell sleeves. And then completely mismatched, the bottom is like skirts, an assortment of autumn colors. But it looks like it just looks like she found random scraps of fabric and fashioned it into a skirt. And then she has a belt with some like pouches and things, and a sickle hanging from her belt with like an intricately carved wooden handle, and a blade that kind of glimmers with this greenish color if the light hits it just right. And
About how
she's
old is she?
she's a young adult. I think she's probably like 30.
Okay.
Yeah. I consider that a young adult.
We all do.
I don't know what the actual young adults will say, but I consider it a young adult.
Dusty, will you describe Tilly and Helly?
So for sure. So I'll describe Tilly first. Keep the suspense a little bit longer for Helly. Tilly is a variant human. She's about 5 foot nothing. She's got a slight athletic frame. Her hair is this bright pink. She's got 2 space buns, and then the rest of it is like down her back. Heavy makeup on the eyes. She has vitiligo spots all over her body. And she's wearing, I think, normal leathers. You can see a little bit of blood splattered throughout her outfit, like maybe it's an afterthought. And she has gray eyes. And she's also got a giant warhammer strapped to her back.
Wow.
Let's not
Also
forget that part.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
as big as them. yeah.
Oh.
As
As
big-
big
as
you
big
and
as
Red
her.
Ball are gonna
as
get
big as
along.
her.
Yeah.
I was thinking kind of.
And then Helly, I will send a picture of what Helly looks like after I describe it.
Who said aw?
Helly is a hound. It stands about its shoulder is as tall as Tilly is. Deep black fur, black eyes. And you watch as it looks around. Its mouth starts to open, and keeps opening, and keeps opening, and stopping to about the bottom of the chest area, being held together by like strips of sinew, and you see lightning start to crackle through it.
Whoa.
And I'm going to
my God, I
send
love
a
it.
photo to the chat.
I stand by
So
my
you-
awe, but
Yeah,
now
I
I'm
do
scared.
too.
Valid.
Then I remembered I
That
have a
is-
cat.
Totally valid. I was just like, wait a minute before we decide.
I've been trying to
But
send
yeah,
a photo to the.
So Iris runs out and she views each of the humanoid-ish figures and is like, "Okay, I'm confused, but I'm not." And then she sees the hound, and
Oh,
she
God.
slides right in between it and Beady. And as she's
Aw.
running up, she's casting Shillelagh, and she's got it like in her hands and is like leveled it at you guys. And you guys just see this kind of chubby 5 foot nothing 80-year-old woman roll up.
Yes.
And her staff is like leveled at you. And I think she just, "Welcome aboard, what?"
It is
Even
It is
put their hands up.
it is at
Go ahead,
this
sorry.
moment as you were saying this that the boat comes to a very abrupt end of its ride as you slam down into the base of a small
No.
pool at the base of this cave. And as you do, I'm moving you to another map.
No.
Ooh.
Oh, it went so dark so
You're
quickly.
gonna be very dark for
Everything
just a
is
second.
dark.
No one will be able to see for
New
a
map,
second.
All I
new
hear
map,
are
new
screams
map, new
every
map,
time I
new
Not
close
Beryl.
my
Okay, I
eyes.
think
What happened to
Ida.
Raz's thing? What?
No idea.
Your name is there, but your icon did
Yeah,
not show
I
up.
noticed
Ooh.
Iris's
What? It
icon
did it again.
doesn't look like it's there, and Sarah's doesn't look like it's there.
What the hell?
Iris isn't on there yet. I'm putting them.
I'm
But
talking about in
why?
the
Oh, I see
chats.
Minnie.
How
Their
cute.
icons are messed
Yeah,
up.
my
Oh, who's
image
that?
isn't.
Should be able to see
That's
now.
fine.
Ooh.
BD, are you human? BD, are
Me?
you human?
Oh no, Beatty.
Elf.
She's an elf.
I'm an elf.
Okay, hang on.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah.
you.
Now we can.
Are you a
It's-
South Pole elf?
uh,
Because you're an angry elf.
internal
Oh my god.
save. Okay, you should be able to see. Raz, are you on the map? I can't figure
Yeah,
out
I
what's
can
going
see
on
my
with you.
name.
Can you move your
It's even
token?
giving me a no. When I click on it though, it gives me a square. No, it's not.
Y'all
doing
got
anything.
tokens?
Y'all got.
Yeah, I
you can't see yourself,
I'm not on
Kaida?
there
The
yet
Kaida
either.
logo.
No,
No, I
I see
can't
a
see
black
myself
square.
either.
Oh,
That's
there I
it.
am.
Kaida just can't see.
Way down there. Okay.
Kaida just can't
I
see.
can't either.
I can't-
Bottom right
I
is where y'all
assume I'm
are.
underground still.
I'm pulling you in. Hang on. You should be.
Hey!
Look, it's doing the same thing to you. What is going on?
Ruh-roh.
Hang on, let me refresh.
Yeah, I just refreshed it.
I love how this is like the day when all the technical errors hit. Where I
That's
run
better,
things.
though.
All in one day, then summon each other. I don't know. So
Boop, boop, boop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that still didn't
Meh.
work. I still can't see you. I can click on you. I can delete you. There they go. They're gone now. Let me try to bring them back. Emmy. Sort of.
Get
Raz.
deleted.
I have a
Nope.
white square now.
Yeah, you were both a white square, and then
Okay.
you both disappeared. I don't know what to tell you. Both your icons are accurate. Oh, your token is busted? Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Your token just decided to be busted. I don't know.
Technical difficulties.
We love this for us. I may have to give you a generic.
$6 for this.
token for yeah, we paid money for this. Hang on. I've got to find your character.
hide
I've
hiding
actually
in
had a pretty
shame.
good run recently, though, of having no technical difficulties.
I know. As soon as I
It's
run
just
it, it's
catching up.
like, no, Emmy, I don't
Yeah.
know why your character
I
art
feel
is
like
not
that's the
showing up
common
for me.
denominator now, huh?
Yeah, it's whenever I run
I
it.
think so.
I mean, also a ton of us offered to run it.
So I will
So
say
it-
though,
You
what this
bastards.
means- what this means is we can blame it on Zach. It's Zach's fault.
No,
'Cause
it's
Zach's
my
not
If
fault.
Zach were here, we wouldn't be having these problems. So it's Zach's fault. He chose to go have
We can
fun with his
also- we
wife.
can
How
also-
dare
cross-country.
he?
He knew we were playing.
No,
he
we can also
chose-
Should
blame
we
Ethan
play?
because he is here. Okay.
I am here, and I
Blame Ethan
should
'cause he is
be able to
here.
make it work. I think it's because I had to do that art dump earlier that I messed up your token, Emmy.
Ariana has a good point. Do we want to
See, that's what I'm
hit break
saying.
now?
Yeah, let's do
And
break
deal
while
with
I
this.
fix Emmy real quick. Everybody take a quick
Good
break.
timing.
Everybody take 5
Yeah.
minutes. We'll do. You just had a ship
Okay.
crash. We will hop off the boat and kind of review.
Everybody
Right
catch your
after.
breath.
Catch your breath.
Yeah, right?
I'll fix Emmy's token, and then we should be ready
yeah.
to go. All right.
Yeah, we
Okay.
finally do a break on
Cool.
time.
Okay.
Woo!
What?
Yay.
Woo!
We didn't have an away screen. Hi, everybody. We're back.
Yay.
It was just like silence for like a couple of minutes. Sorry. All right. As our heroes are picking back up their story, you have just careened this boat that these two other people have jumped. Well, two people and a hound have jumped onto down a cave and crashed into the very base of this cave, kind of landlocking the boat for now. It is effectively jammed against the base of this cave. As you each climb off of the boat into this dark and kind of dreary place, you hear the water rush in and out of this cave as it seems like something is causing this cave to be plugged for now behind you. There's no additional water rushing down after you. Which is unfortunate because it means your boat can't move. There's plenty of overhead for your boat to move through this space, but you are unfortunately for some reason, whatever behind you has this cave blocked off where it is no longer forcing
Drown
water
us
down
all.
here. Yeah, it won't drown you, but it also won't move your boat anymore. So as each of you
And it's
Yeah.
dark.
and it's dark, Emmy, I'm sorry.
Ah.
As each of you embark, I've put you in the positions you kind of named you were in, Iris. You are putting yourself between Beatty and this hound as these two people
Yes.
come off the boat. I will also say the NPCs, Red, Scarlet, Pick, all of them are going to stay on the boat to kind of just hang there and protect stuff.
They're like, fuck that.
Yeah,
Watching
they are just like, we'll be. Pick actually kind of like is still so pissed off they haven't come down from the mast and they're just like all their hair is blown back and they look crazy. And Red says, "I'm gonna tend to Scarlet," and Tarvin says, "I'm gonna read a book in the dark. I don't want to go into the dark cave again. Y'all have fun."
But we know you'd
I-
run away, so.
Rude.
Before
look at
I
Tarvin enviously.
before Raz leaves the boat,
Uh-huh.
I think he's gonna take an arrow and cast light on it
Okay.
and leave it for them.
Oh.
That way
Okay.
they at least
Nice.
have
That'd be
some
sweet.
kind of form of light there.
Tarvin says, "Thank you," and then he points his finger in the air and like has a light following him underneath into the bottom of the boat.
Amazing.
Dick.
E.T. going home.
I get Iris will produce flame to get some semblance of vision. Can I has
Yeah, you absolutely can.
please?
As you do,
Cool.
as
Sorry,
you
if people are
produce,
notably having issues seeing, I can cast light on my shield, and then give basically a beam of light for everyone.
Ah.
Iris doing this will
Yeah,
actually
and then
produce
I can
light for
do it.
everyone.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Emmy can actually see in the dark. She's told you guys that before. She just doesn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Iris, as you produce this flame in front of you, you see the hound, the two people we've already described, Neva and Tilly, and the hound. The energy crackling along the side of their mouth is just like almost like bioluminescent, looking like black lightning that's being produced from its mouth down its sides. And it doesn't seem aggressive, but it is. Tilly, what is Helly doing?
Yeah, Helly's is not aggressive, but it is staying like close to Tilly's side. So you can really see how tall this dang thing is.
Oh, yeah, it dwarfs Iris for sure. Flame in one hand, staff in the other. Now, where did you both come from? And why are you here?
Neva looks
Tilly
at
looks
Tilly.
They look at each other.
I felt that coming.
Yeah.
Oh.
They both stare at each other.
Well, first off, my name's Tilly. This is
Hello, I'm-
Helly. No, go ahead.
Hello, I'm Neva.
Ignore that.
Lovely to meet you both. Or, oh,
It
all
is.
of you.
Were we expecting extra people?
I don't think so.
Uh,
Are they friendly?
Short question: why the fuck are you on our ship?
I
That
mean,
too.
go through the throat.
Well,
Uh, My
yours was
ship.
going
Why
to.
are you on my ship?
Well, yours was going to run over ours, and so we kind
That
of
is
need
a
to
valid
get.
response, I guess.
Mhm.
I don't know. Beetle's like a good driver.
Mhm.
I
So you
mean,
came out of the gate very quickly. You skipped over everyone, and so we figured it was better to just jump.
also
Right.
we were kind of,
Reasonable.
bumping and jolting around down there for a bit.
I think,
Yes.
baby, you felt that a
Can I-
little more than everybody else, given the last 24 hours.
All right, given, but I do maintain that it still happened.
Can
Lads?
Did
Iris?
anyone notice what was happening with the water, or
Yeah, that was
I
super
was
fucked
busy
up.
staring at the dog with the lightning.
Mhm.
Hilly?
Neva pats Ellie?
Nice.
I'm holding Kipri in my arms.
Could Iris do just a little insight check on them, the whole group of them saying like, "Oh, we were just in a boat and you were gonna crash into us." That's
Oh,
it.
that's a good one.
Can I see if the grandma meter is
Sure.
even it?
I,
Can we-
as far as like inciting people who are players goes, I kind of like let it contest against if they're lying, they can roll. If they're not trying to hide anything, then basically you get a kind of vibe check. So it's up to you, Dusty and Oriana, if you want to be hiding anything from her. Let me know privately and you can roll.
Okay, I'm gonna message you real
Please,
quick. Hold on.
Gramdar.
Okay.
Nothing suspicious or anything, but hold on.
No
Yeah.
suspicious things at all.
Nothing suspicious at all. But I'm gonna mute so you don't hear me typing.
All right, I'll roll insight. If we use it, we use it. If we don't, no worries.
Okay. I mean, you still get a vibe check regardless. So
Is gonna.
Them
Yeah,
some
Beatty
vibes,
is gonna
girl.
step closer to Iris protectively, just
What?
so she's there.
I like watching the interaction between Beatty and Iris. Like, I have so much respect for Iris and her badassery. So watching somebody take care of her is just the cutest thing.
Oh.
talk amongst yourselves.
Okay. I feel like I'm out of the loop. I don't know how I got on this ship. I'm not going to question how you got on our ship. A whole lot of
It's
stuff
not
has
really
happened.
our ship. It's Beetle's.
Well, it's not.
Again, I
mean,
will preface it. It is
I'm
my
not
ship.
saying it's our ship. I'm just saying the ship we were on.
Mhm.
We were
You
on
can
it,
also say
and then you kind
Beatty
of showed
ship.
up.
Yeah. Look, we can keep. That is a question for another time. I don't know. I just know that one of y'all was yelling and whispering at me to get up. So weird fizzy brain moments. But regardless, it doesn't really matter how they got on the ship, how I got on the ship, all of this kind of stuff. We're all kind of stuck in the cave.
That
I
is very
mean,
true.
That way.
for now.
Yeah, I hope it's for now and not longer because we're back in the dark again.
Iris,
I don't like that.
you get the feeling between the two of them, you are a little uncomfortable with what Neva has said, just like in general. You're not sure exactly what is going on. Tilly seems forthright. Like Tilly, and you feel confident that Tilly doesn't mean you any harm, that she has control of the hound that she has, and that she doesn't seem to be misleading you in any way. But you do feel a little off about Neva and her story. It's kind of up to you what you want to do with that.
Neva is avoiding eye contact. Like they see Iris like honing in, and they're just like, "Oh, look at this cave we're in."
Oh, so great, fixtures in here. Yeah.
It's looking very nice.
Very rocky, very moist.
Mm.
Very moist.
Iris would be like, "Well, I apologize if we caused you any harm during whatever that was," and kind of gesturing to the escape that she was inside for. That doesn't the ruckus that's just occurred. She's like, but I guess we're all trying to get out of here. I do suppose. We can work together for that much at least, and kind of look around. Yeah, and this is notably one of the first times that Iris is not actively introducing herself. And I feel bad about it, but Iris is doing it.
Fair enough.
From the look of it, we can't go back. I don't know. I don't. Do I recall any maps of this of like the subterraneous structures under the city, or
Roll a history check to see if you recall anything related to that.
that is a 17.
Okay. You are well studied. You have learned a lot about the history of the city, the way it was constructed. You know a lot about the wall and the way it was built. You've never heard anything about, eddies or cave structures that function outside of the river that spirals out from Pilgrimage. It is well trafficked, and so you're actually surprised by the fact that you haven't heard of something like this before. It is kind of off-putting as you think about it. What is the people who have high wisdom? What's the highest? What are y'all's passive perceptions? Iris, I assume Emmy,
15.
Neva.
14.
Where can I see on? Actually, I'll just.
So on your sheet, it's on the right side.
Okay.
Under
13.
senses.
Oh, I see. Yep. So my passive perception is 16.
Okay.
Ooh.
Dang.
Anyone with a 15 or
Dang.
above, you hear what sounds like a plopping noise coming from your northwest. A very soft,
I
just
love
kind
I
of.
it.
swear to
Perfect
God, if it's a
noise.
mushroom.
Oh,
I'm gonna
no,
hate
don't make
person.
that noise.
I'm glad
Nobody
you made
liked
noise,
that.
because the noise I heard in my head was
Oh.
like little turds in a toilet.
Oh.
And so
Okay.
Oh. Okay. All right.
like bloop bloop.
Oh.
And so
No,
when
that's
you-
not.
Potty
when you
humor for
do
the
that,
evening?
Yeah. All right. We did it.
Plopping,
All right.
plop, plop.
No, not that. But in the distance, you hear what sounds like some kind of movement headed towards you. And just as you kind of like hit your light range, you see this little guy has come plopping out. He looks like, is it this button? There it is.
Oh.
He looks like this.
Oh,
Oh no! Oh
He's got a
no!
beard.
Look at him!
It's a little like bipedal fishman
Oh.
with a backpack on.
with hair.
And
Oh,
he
got
comes-
Fishman.
Oh.
Plop. He stops about right here, and in the distance you hear him go. Blop, 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 blop.
Hello.
Blop, blop.
Does anyone speak fish? Raz,
That
you
one's
speak fish,
not.
right?
Oh!
Fish.
I can
What don't you
do a
hate?
thing. I cast comprehend languages on myself.
Hey. I was gonna ask what if anybody had some exotic languages, but that works too.
No one has exotic languages as per 2024 rules.
Hey, you know what? There are ways to get them now.
Woo!
As he's making these
I-
kind
I
of
don't-
like plopping noises, and you cast the spell on yourself, Emmy, you're able to kind of identify what he's saying. As he's going, bloop, 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 and all of a sudden you're able to hear, well, howdy. Been a long time since we had people like your type down here. This is only Emmy who's able to understand him. He says, it's a long road. You're gonna need some supplies. I am the supplyman. if you'd like something. Let me know. I collect the
Oh,
things at the Mother Let's Come Down here. So if you want something, you just let me know. I'm probably gonna get it right back from you because you guys tend to all die. So
I'm
um,
obsessed.
I just like knowing
to the
Peter
rest of
from
you,
the
it just
other.
sounds like.
Yeah,
Bloop, 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 bloop.
yeah, I move forward and kind of give him like a please hold moment, like hand motion, because obviously he can't understand me, but I can understand him.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can't do. You're
Um,
not doing tongues, are you?
no.
Just comprehend.
So it turns out
Uh,
he's a salesman. He's got, if we need anything to purchase, he can sell them to us. He's a little bit morbid. He thinks he'll get them back eventually because apparently adventurers who come down here die a lot. But uh, if we need anything, we can purchase stuff from him.
You mean to say even in a dark cave at the end of a tunnel where we crashed our boat, I can't get rid of salesmen?
Or
We
solicitors.
can
Think
get
of
you a
it
no
this way.
soliciting sign later, but
I'd also like to
Injury
ask about your
caused.
car's extended warranty. If you could just take a moment, if you could fill out this questionnaire
Oh my
apparently he's
god.
also selling. He's
Straight
also
to
selling
jail.
insurance.
for your
Um,
boat, it seems like it needs it.
It would have been a good idea before.
uh,
I think it's
so
kind
is
of a
I
there?
moot
can
point
understand him,
now.
but
Is there anything anyone need? I mean, if we can't go back, we've got to go forwards. So, regardless of whatever's going to happen next, hopefully, does anyone need any
What
potions
does
or
My,
anything?
Fish Boy
well,
recommend? Because I got rolls and I've got a scythe, so I'm pretty happy.
my boat is well insured already, I will say. I will give fair warning
that's
to
good for you.
everybody before we enter whatever this is with all these fish people that I did have a friend that was in a relationship with one once. Very sad. They had to break up. He gave her the ick. That's a bit of fish humor. Let's go.
Oh
Okay,
my
but
god.
does
Deadly
anyone
disease that is.
need anything?
What does he have?
Emmy looks at him and kind of goes, she kind of moves towards him and kind of
Raz is
kind
looking
of gives a
outdone.
gesture to say like, well, what have you got, kind of thing, like, continue, like, what have you got?
Roll a performance check for
What
me.
do you got?
Yeah.
Oh,
I bet he
nice.
doesn't have a full
I'm not
stretcher.
I'm pretty sure. Am I a theater kid? We'll see. It's an 11, definitely not.
Aw.
As you're acting that out, he looks at you and he says, "I don't know what all that was. But
I
you
have
people
never
tend to come down here and just say all kinds of random, like, blah, 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 blah things. So I'm just going to open up my pack. And if you want to pay me with shiny rocks or whatever you got, I'll take it." And he opens his
I
bag.
give him a thumbs up.
he has no, he's like, "Stop making rude gestures at me. I don't like this." And he takes his
Well,
bag.
Dan's fine, I guess, then.
He takes his bag and he opens it up. And as he rolls out this bag, it is a lot of chaotic things. It is what appears to be some adventurer's bedroll. There is what looks like a very big knife, like a knife for a very large person, like a
That's
big,
not
big
enough.
chef's knife,
Sorry.
an Aussie knife. There appears to be a lot of different kinds of shells. You see several different vials of liquids. You see alive bugs, several of them. Things that don't seem familiar to you. One of which looks like a half centipede, but the back end of it looks like it has like a fish-like tail. And he just kind of has an assorted wad of like plants and what appears to be potentially meat, but you're not entirely sure.
I love potential meat.
When Raz sees the sword or whatever, the knife,
hmm
he's gonna step up, throw a gold coin at the mat, not at him, but like toss a gold coin on the mat and pick up the knife and kind of like shake it, kind of like, is this, I want that for this, and see how the Fishman reacts to it.
He looks at you and he says, "Beep boop blah 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 beep blah blah." And Amania hears, "1 coin for that thing? All right, whatever. I
Piece of
don't care."
gold?
You don't know what he's saying. He kind
I
of
know,
just
but
like
I'm saying it as
shrugs.
a character.
I,
Like, he's not okay with gold.
I think you slightly offended him that it might have cost more, but he seems to accept it.
And Raz
Edie-
hears that and just turns around. He's like, whatever, and then just sticks it in the back of his belt and walks away. And then he's like,
All right.
I think Redwald might like this later. He's
Raz, the thing you picked up
something."
is a large hunk of bone that's been hewn into a dagger. So write down bone
Oh, cool.
dagger.
Ooh.
Nice.
It is
Um,
a
I-
surprisingly large spinal, like spine.
Edie was interested
Cool.
in the bone dagger,
Okay.
and then glared at Raz as he took it.
You gotta move.
And then all of a sudden, she is very interested in the fish centipede.
Okay.
Pet.
Okay. What do you want to trade this strange fishman for?
She's gonna one up Raz and give him 2 gold pieces for her fish centipede.
So you don't know how to bargain.
I don't know if you so
No,
much
she
bargained
wants-
as you'll take my money and be happy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she wants
that's how
to
it
make
works.
friends
He's like,
with
Aiden,
the
just take it.
fish boy.
He holds up to gesture in your direction and goes, "Beep, blah, 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 blah." And he like simulates holding the thing up and biting it as like what he is expecting you to do. So he's holding up his hand and like simulating like arr, arr, and blah, blah. And what you're hearing, Amania, is, "You eat this, it make you swim good."
Apparently, if you eat it, it'll make you swim good.
No, I'm not gonna eat that thing. I will, however, keep him as a pet.
It is
His name will be Rufus.
It is unpleasant to hold if you can imagine the uncomfortability of holding the front half of a centipede with the uncomfortability of holding the back half of a fish.
Immediately put him in my pocket.
He is very wriggly. He is very squirmy and wriggly at the same time, but breathes air, so bonus.
Nice.
He's
like
just
Kaida
in the
would be
pocket of my
upset.
cloak. He's in the pocket of my
like
cloak,
Kaida-
and my cloak is just wiggling.
He's schmoovin' in there for sure. He gestures to the rest of
Kaida
you.
hears food and then sees that someone's not gonna eat it. It's like, I feel like that
I
would be
point to the
offensive, Tyler.
vials and I kind of like.
Head tilt.
I mean, you can't understand me, but what do they do? I just point to the vials. like,
Roll another
look like
performance check.
Oh no.
That's a 9.
Ooh.
Oh god.
I'm getting
he
worse.
he shrugs at you like he doesn't know what you're talking about, and then he like holds up his thumb and finger like drink, and then he says the word beep bop blop. He says, "You drink them, drink, drinky drink."
I kind of like roll my eyes and kind of like give a continue gesture.
You drink them, and stuff happens. Good stuff.
I give
Amazing.
I give
love
him like a shrug, like what stuff?
Roll another performance check. It's hard to communicate.
Please, please.
I'm so sorry. Oh my god.
I know.
I'm just
Oh
saying.
god.
He does the exact gesture back at you, like, "Ah, yeah."
I
What-
think Neva comes over and with every intention of trying to identify the vials of liquid,
Yeah.
then sees the bugs, and I want to
Yeah.
instead see if I recognize any of the bugs.
Yeah, roll a nature check.
Okay.
There are a lot of them. Oh wow.
Oh
Um,
my god, is that it?
Is that-
Another nat
Alright, I
20.
want your mod because you're clearly.
I
cheating.
almost said I was a resident low roller, but apparently when it comes to digital dice, I am amazing.
Ones and
So
20s.
strange. Anyone
Holy
who
hell.
knows me knows that I am the worst at rolling dice, so
It's
I don't know
hilarious.
what's happening.
There is a collection of just random. The large one that BD got that was the half centipede fish thing is decently long. Like it's a couple of inches long.
Mhm.
It's maybe like half a foot. But like between 3 inches to half a foot. It's big. The rest of them are all a small collection of a strange assortment of things you've never seen before. All of them seem partially aquatic and partially like arachnid or partially insectoid. There are, it looks like those little like water glider spider type beetles, except they actually have little suction cups on their feet, and they seem to be like trying to move up the wall, and he keeps scooping them back down onto the mat. And you see these little strangely like frog-headed looking ants. They're tiny. They're too small to have frog heads, but they sure seem to have tiny little frog heads. And you see these very odd looking, like almost eel-shaped creatures that have an arachnid like legging structure along the sides of them. They're all very small, but there's a lot of
Okay. Well, I would like to buy some bugs.
them. Okay. What do you want to offer him for bugs?
I'm going to offer him 5 gold for however many bugs he will give me. And it becomes very apparent to everyone that Neva does not fully understand how money works, I think.
As you put, I mean, to be fair, this guy doesn't really either. As you put down 5 gold and scoop up all of the bugs, he just like looks at you and goes, and got a little Adam Sandler in there. Emmy, you hear him say, "Oh, you want all the bugs? All right, that's fine. You can have them all. Okay, all right. That's a lot of shiny things for bugs. I'll take it. That's okay."
Neva bows and then goes back.
Incorporating them into your horde.
Tilly,
Yep.
Tilly makes
You
a
see them just start
face.
crawling all over and
How
they
many
disappear.
vials are there?
Yeah, how many vials?
Oh, there are 3 separate vials. They all seem to be different colors. One is a kind of brackish black, one of them is greenish, and another is almost clear, but with chunks in it.
Ooh.
I don't like any of those colors.
No.
I look at him and I'm like, I put down 3 gold coins
Okay.
and pick up the 3 vials.
He
I don't know if I'm terribly underpaying this man.
Or overpaying.
he looks at the pile of like shiny gold you guys have left, and he like for a second seems like he's going to stop you, but he goes, and you hear out loud. I keep getting Adam Sandler with this fish voice. You hear out loud from him, "All right, I guess you guys have had you guys paid a lot. You want the rest of it? You can have it. There's a those are, I don't know what those do, but you can drink them. People lost them here. There's a bedroll that I think floats. And really everything else over there is, I don't know what you people do with it. You're all big and weird. So anyway, you're gonna die soon. I'm gonna get it all back. So you get whatever you spend enough. You get whatever you want."
I take I put the vials, so it was black, green, and blue.
Clear with chunks.
Clear with chunks. Love that for me.
Clear with
I
chunks.
put those in my pocket, but I pick up the bedroll and I'm like, apparently we get everything. So, Kaida, you want this?
Yes.
It is a very
I go to
poofy
Hold my
bedroll.
hand out.
I go to toss her the bedroll.
Redvold is going to be so jealous.
It is very poofy. It feels like
say
a
I
down
go to-
comforter, like
I
bedroll.
say I go to
Oh.
toss her the bedroll. I don't know if I'm strong enough to toss her the bedroll.
I think you can get it over there. It's fine. There is also a blanket and just kind of assorted several different odd knickknacks, tools. There's a couple of just random sticks. There's a what appears to be just a piece of quartz that's sitting there. He has just kind of assorted
Okay.
grip of tools.
Yeah, I take the quartz and the herbs and put them into a pocket to like a pouch to. Likely Beryl will want these later.
Yeah. He looks in your direction
If
as
and
you
when he returns.
finish picking everything up. He goes, "All right. Well, I'll pick all that up when y'all die. I'll see you later. I'm gonna go on." I honestly, it doesn't matter which way you go,
Hold on.
but
I'm sorry.
no, go ahead.
What? We don't know what language he was talking, right? If we just yell out the
I
language
mean,
we can speak.
Do any of you
Anyone
speak
of them?
Abyssal?
Oh,
Yeah.
an exotic language.
Yeah, there are ways to get exotic languages now from
Yeah.
different backgrounds and stuff, but they are very rare and hard to get. So yeah, he speaks a very interesting dialect. But as he's walking away, he goes, "The Adam Sandler, I can't do that." Whichever.
He's abyssal, and I love that.
Has Emmy been translating everything that he's been
For the
saying?
most part, yeah.
Yeah, I think
For the
almost
most-
everything.
Can I just real quick before
Yeah.
before he walks away,
Beep,
Neva
beep.
looks at Emmy, and they're like, "Do you think that maybe we should ask why we are going to die, or are we just going to go and figure it out when we get there?"
I think it's because it's a dark cave, to be honest. Our experiences with dark caves to date are either we get attacked by mushroom people or, people have shit coming out of their chests, like chest burster style, like bleh. So,
Hmm.
Tilly looks at you. She cocks her head to the side. What an interesting laugh you lead.
I wish it was less
And
interesting.
that's saying something.
I like books. Books are safe. Books don't attack you. And usually you have to read books in the light, not in the dark. And here we are again.
I mean, a book can attack you.
Valid,
Faith is
actually.
in.
Valid. There was that one time. But most of the time, no. Well, I can understand what he's saying, but I can't translate. So,
You like
he was
Neva.
he was saying that no matter which way we go, I look at him and I'm like, please continue. Please keep telling me what you were going to say.
It's like the cutthroat, and then shrugs. Why?
Roll a performance check.
Fair.
Please roll better than me.
I mean, this is not my strong suit. Clearly,
It's either going to be 1 or 20.
Tilly,
let's see.
actually, hang on.
Is-
Oh my God,
Something's wrong. Something is wrong. This is not.
this is the
Yeah.
craziest thing. Tilly,
This is
It was a
not-
2.
Tilly, roll a perception check for me as Neva's acting this out.
Okay. I'm so nervous right now. That's a
This
1.
This is the most
Something is
beautiful
happening,
thing
actually.
that has ever happened. I don't understand.
That cannot be a real thing. I'm going to reload Roll20 super quick.
I keep seeing the 1d20, and I just think rolling natural 20s, and I'm not even looking at the right number, so I'm just gonna go.
No, you rolled a 2,
Um,
and
Yes,
okay.
Dusty rolled a
I-
1.
amazing.
I re-roll. I just reloaded Roll20.
Okay.
So we're gonna
I'll tell you what,
hope
let's just
that the
roll
next
roll
time I
another
roll-
perception check. We'll just see what happens. I'm just curious.
Okay. Hold on.
I'm gonna give you advantage for funsies to see what happens if you roll again. It's another nat 1.
Oh.
Okay.
Two
I'm
of
gonna
them?
say you had advantage on this
Wait,
because your rolls have
no.
been so weird.
No, I got a 14.
No,
I got an
I
11
but
plus
she's-
3.
She's saying because you rolled an 11, it was 2 1s. I thought
2
that was
ones.
funny.
oh, it's a double
Valid.
one.
That's so valid, actually.
Yeah.
A double 1.
Yeah.
Tilly, you notice as Neva's trying to make hand motions at this aquatic creature, it is trying to replicate them, but it's doing them in sign language. You know what it's speaking. It knows sign language.
Okay, yeah. I immediately start signing, hey, what the fuck do you mean we're gonna die?
Nice.
He holds out his hands and begins speaking to you in sign language and says, "Oh, thank God, somebody who can speak my fucking language. This has been driving me crazy." Oh. Whew. All right. Well, so, okay. Hi, welcome to the Death Cave, whatever the fuck you people call it. He's cursing a lot in his sign language as he goes.
That's okay, so I will be too, it's fine.
And he says, "You're going to die because everybody who's ever come down here die." It's I think it's the intent, to be honest. I don't know how often it happens. It's the first time it's happened during this cycle. But anyway, and he's just like, y'all all watch as this thing its hands are flying as it's making all these different hand motions. He says, "The one thing I can tell you is avoid any edges. If you fall off any edges, you're probably going to get eaten by one of the big things. Try to stay out of the water best you can. That's where things will really get you." And And yeah, if you get a chance to go meet the elder, whatever you do, don't piss it off, because that thing will eat you too. But if you can make it from this end to the other end of the cave, you can get out. I've never seen anybody do it before, but you might be able to. I doubt it, but you know.
Raz
I stand up and go
Raz
to
suddenly
Tilly.
signs. Raz suddenly signs. Who's the elder?
I look at Raz
just-
too, and I'm like, I just look at Raz, and I'm like, you could fucking understand him the whole time.
Not
His-
the whole time, but
His
when he
hands are
signed-
making the most disgustingly like ploppy noise too. It's just like
Ugh.
as he slaps them
The
together.
whole time.
Oh, no.
He looks in your direction, Raz, and he signs. Oh, the elder is kind of, what's the best way to say that? He facilitates and you see him struggling with trying to figure out the right word to say here. The elder facilitates the usage of your bodies after.
So
Paranormal?
then I questionably sign possession, like being possessed.
He signs back no and says, when you're dead, I get your stuff. He gets your bodies.
And then Raz just kind of does like the upward nod and goes, "I understand." Signs, "I understand."
I love
Tilly, it looks back at you and
Tilly's also
says,
signing, correct?
yeah, he looks back at Tilly and asks, anything else in sign language? He's also speaking out loud as he signs, Emmy, so you're actually understanding what he's saying.
I look at. Sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I blush, realizing I've actually talked to Raz for the first time since the bath incident. So I look away. I look at Tilly instead, and I'm just like, "What does he mean the things?" And I'm sorry. With usage of bodies, does he mean eating? Does he? I don't understand.
No, he means that when we die, what happens with our bodies essentially, like probably what kind of meat we become, charbroiled or grilled or whatever.
So yes,
Um,
he eats us, right?
Well,
The elder
luckily we won't
does.
have to worry about that because if we're dead, it doesn't matter. But ideally, we're going to make it through.
Raz
Tilly
points
turns
over at
back.
Iris and says, "Exactly." 100% agrees. He doesn't care.
Best not to concern ourselves about what happens in the after and such. We just
I mean,
have to get
I
through.
want to know what's
and
going to happen in the after.
He turns around and starts
Oh,
plopping away
People
slowly.
spend their whole
Uh,
lives doing that. Dear.
Tilly has another thing that she wants to say real quick.
Boop. Turn back.
So she signs. Do you know the way out?
He signs back. And again, he's speaking at the same time, so Emmy, you can understand him. And he says, well, honestly, I have only ever lived in this part of the cave. We are not a long-lived people. For whatever reason, I've been here, I don't know. I've only met 2 other groups, so maybe like 2 moons, 3 moons or so. So I'm not sure. But I know if you keep going that way, that's where all the screams come from. So I think that's where the end of it is.
That perks Raz up when he hears screams. It's like, ooh, I can help someone.
We're not following more screaming people.
All right. She signs. All right. Thanks for the information. Do you all sign?
No, it just I got taught one of the last groups that got down here. One of them was scared, and so he hung out with me. He taught me how to speak like this. He actually had your those things, and he points to your ears. He says he had things like yours, and he taught me how to do this. It took a couple of weeks. He ate as many bugs as I think he could before the elder eventually came around and found him. But waste not, want not. We all got to turn into food one day.
Could one of you ask this fellow here if the water ever rises enough that a ship could get through here?
Tilly asks that.
Yeah, the water does. Whenever Mother moves enough, whenever Mother gives us a new sacrifice, the water goes up high. That's probably how your thingy. What'd you call it? He tries to do the sign
She
for.
signs. She signs boat.
Yeah, he tries to sign it back and goes, that thing, boat. And he points to it, and then does the sign again, and says, those things can make it through. You'd have to figure out a way to get Mother out of the way long enough to let it happen. But if you figure that out, you could get the boat out. No idea how you do it, but
Is Mother different than Elder?
oh yeah, Mother is Mother. Elder's elder. He does the sign. Elder is elder, and then Mother is
Uh-huh.
Mother.
Amazing.
Naturally, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is Mother the ocean? She signs hesitantly.
He does the sign for water, because he doesn't really understand the difference between the two, and then he says, "No, Mother is." He's trying to struggle with the words here, but he describes and he's counting on his hand. If you've ever seen that in ASL, he's explaining, and he keeps going and going and going and going. And he says, "Mother is all. Mother is all." And then he lays out that really long length again, that description of space.
All right, fair enough. Anybody else
Uh,
got questions?
I was gonna say Raz would be kind of subtly or quietly interpreting for everyone else to
Okay.
understand what's the conversation is.
Nice.
Every time there's a lull in the conversation, he flips around and starts to plop away. Every time there's even a momentary lull, he's and starts walking away. Unless you guys stop him. So he's gonna start doing that again.
It's fair.
He's walking
Just
away.
that's-
Anybody else got anything?
No, but at some point, as Raz is interpreting, whoever's paying attention, Neva will pull something out of a pouch. It's kind of like a crumpled up piece of paper, and they start reading off of it. And hold on one second, I just want to make sure.
Bye, little cute fish man.
Kind of shrugs and then puts it back in their pouch. With a look of confusion, or they're thinking about something, trying to puzzle something out.
Nice. I think Iris
So
will
wait.
kind of.
I'm
You do.
confused. Were you struggling to hide something, or what were you doing exactly?
No, so they weren't hiding it. They, as you're interpreting, they
Yeah.
reach into their pack, they take out this crumpled piece of paper, and looks like they're reading it, maybe looking for something, and then kind of think for a second, crumple it back up, and put it back in their pouch, and then they just kind of look
Okay.
like they're lost in thought, trying to puzzle something out.
Got it. Okay.
Nice. I think Iris will kind of clap her hands together and be like, "All right, well, we're not getting any younger standing here. Do we want to get the others off the ship and start walking through, or do we want to try and
I think they're
deal
doing
with
good holding
Mother?"
guard.
I mean, yes, but once we get out, I don't want to come back in. So they either come with us or they get left behind. That's what I figure, unless we're going to hire someone to come back in and get it.
You know,
Well,
my
especially
Well, I
because
am gonna want my boat back. I've been through a lot with that thing, so that would be nice.
Ah,
I do not know. Do we maybe want to scout a little bit ahead and just kind of see? Because they didn't seem too excited to come with us.
that little guy's surviving down here. It can't be too treacherous.
unless whatever the things are don't want to eat whatever
Well,
his
that's always
race people is, because
pescatarian.
he's not the only. He said he wasn't the only one down here.
Right. We'll be
True.
fine.
And I send Helly forward a little bit.
Yeah. Raz, as you move up, you're
God,
able
there's
to see
another one.
this thing.
There's another one.
Ah.
So y'all watch as Helly basically closes back up, and like blends in with the shadows,
Yeah.
and
Are you
starts
doing
to
it
move
stealthily?
forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, roll her
You're
stealth
like the
check for me.
opposite of me. My whole thing is all glow.
Hold on.
We are going to make a decision, though, that we're not going to run towards any screaming this time, right?
I
I didn't
agree.
say that.
I'm quite fond of screaming, so I don't.
Ooh,
That's
20.
all.
Helly
Do
rolled a
you?
dirty 20.
Yes, she did.
Oh,
Dirty
goodness.
20.
A
Jesus.
filthy 20.
Nasty 20.
I mean,
It's a
for what
naughty
it's worth,
20.
as soon as Raz moves up here, because Razmer's not being stealthy, this thing right here is looking right at him.
I'm not.
But it does. You can tell it's not looking at Helly. So move Helly where
Yeah.
you want her to go.
I cannot actually control Helly.
Oh, what? Hang on, I got that.
Go.
Oh, I had it fixed and now it's not. How dare it?
There we go.
Now you can.
Okay. Yeah, Helly
Hey.
slinks around
Mm-hmm.
and goes up to like, I think here
Mm-hmm.
to peer down and see
Roll
what the dealio is.
roll the perception check for Helly's
Okay.
ability. Also, are you able to communicate with it? I don't remember from the class.
I believe so.
Okay. I don't know if there's like a telepathic or empathic link or anything like that. This thing is like staring in, those of you who can see it, it's staring in your direction like almost mindlessly. It looks like, hang on, let me pull it up. Oh no, that's the wrong button. Nope, that's the, that makes it invisible. Hang on.
Made him vanish.
He disappeared.
No more
Run!
chickens.
He's back.
Oh no! It's the
Run away.
chimeras all over again.
Is that one? Yeah. He looks like this.
Oh.
He looks almost mindlessly looking at you. He is,
There's not a
he's,
thought
He's
behind those
vibing,
eyes.
man.
yeah,
Keep
he's
him
just
up
kind
in
of
our
like
pockets and take
staring
care
at
of
you.
us.
He's only about
We
3
can
feet
meet at
tall.
his house.
He's just kind of like
Little guy.
looking your direction.
Can everyone see this, or is it just a few of us?
If you can
I
see
can
him
see
as
him.
your character, then you can see him.
I know.
All right,
I
Helly
can.
got a
It's
9.
My problem is I don't know. If
Um,
anyone else
Yeah.
can.
I
It
can.
I
so
don't see
I can.
anything in the description that says we can communicate.
okay. I know you get advantage if you're basing it on smell, so roll advantage just in case, because there's a
Okay.
lot of smells going on in this place.
Oh,
One
it
better.
always
That's
smells.
it.
A couple of things that you can see is that these spots here are like you and Helly is pretty well identifying these for you by moving around. These are very dark, but they are pits that fall into a deeper waterway. Helly can see there's water in front of it. There's this creature here that it can see, and there's the shop person earlier that you saw. But that is all Helly is actively perceiving right now.
Okay.
These
I
deeper
think Helly
waterways,
will-
just from like your perspective, are about 20 feet down to hit the water.
Okay. Helly, I'll have Helly slink back.
'Kay.
And then she just sort of appears. I feel like it just sort of appears, and you just watch the maw open,
Okay.
and then that
She
neon
appears
light.
next to me. I grab my cat, my sphinx tighter and up on my shoulder a bit.
I will say, Helly doesn't even look at the Sphinx. Like it's
Oh,
not
good.
even on its radar.
Oh, good.
Um,
I don't know how Capri's.
I always think of it as you're controlling Kepri, but I kind of imagine there's that like, you know, that look in cats' eyes whenever they're like, there's a big toy in front of them and their eyes get all big and sparkly. I kind of imagine Kepri's like doing that at Helly the entire time. Like, big sparkly toy, ooh.
Can Capri actually speak?
Can
I
cast
believe you can
divine
communicate
word?
with it empathically at
No,
least.
Capri speaks.
Like, out loud?
Yeah, he speaks
Oh.
both
Yo.
common and
How
celestial.
cool.
Oh my god,
What?
we have
That's
to give
wild.
Kepri a voice. Are you gonna do
He's
Kepri's
yours
voice,
now.
or am I gonna do Kepri's
He's
voice?
yours now.
Okay, all right. Kepri's gonna have a voice. He will at some point speak for the first time, and it's gonna blow your freaking mind. No, at some
my
point.
God.
No,
it'll-
Better.
he is. It's gonna be amazing.
Very quietly, actually, you hear Kepri lean in and whisper in your ear, "I want him." At Helly.
That's not
And then
creepy.
looks back down, eyes just really big, pupils.
I think he would eat you. He, she, it. I'm not sure. I look over and go. Uh, is dog?
His dog.
Haley,
His dog.
Yes.
Friendly?
what about it?
Well, I mean, is it a dog? Is it not that it's not friendly? Because they appear friendly. Well, they're not biting anyone.
I thought it was a strange horse. It's like 5 feet tall, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
very
horse.
tall. It's a hellhound.
Oh, not dog.
I've not heard of that breed.
Well, it's a type of dog.
Technically, no. The genus is not dog. It comes under fiend?
Horse.
Question mark.
Horse.
Horse.
Horse. Horse.
It's like a
Emmy, you can roll a nature or arcana check if you'd like to try to figure out what you know about the creature Helly is.
Which is better? We'll go Arcana.
Okay.
That's a 23.
Wow. Okay.
Hey.
Look
Uh,
at all the nat 20s.
That's a nat
that is a
20,
nat
dang it.
20.
Yeah, that's wild.
I know
Yeah.
everything about it.
Tilly, do you want to describe any specific characteristics of Helly, or would you like me to do it?
You go ahead and do it. I'm just
Okay.
Here.
Okay. Helly
And
is,
I'll
as
supplement
you're,
if there's anything.
please do. As you're looking at the creature, you recognize that it is a variant kind of beast. So it is not a fiend, but it does remind you of stories you've heard of shadow hounds, creatures that are capable of blending into shadow, creatures that are capable of being incredibly creatures that are capable of being incredibly stealthy and literally fading into shadow. The black lightning that's protruding from this thing's body is the very obvious like variant element of this thing. It seems to be like magically in some way bound or tied to Tilly. You can tell just by looking at the like nature between the two of them, the aura between the two of them, that they are connected. And that the power likely emanates between the two of them. And this like shadowish like power that Helly has is natural to its form. It is a part of what it is. Tilly, did I miss anything that you want to describe?
No, I think that's great. Well, maybe with a natural 20, you remember reading about how these sorts of hounds can be tied to Umbra.
The goddess of shadow.
No, Ethan.
I didn't do it. This is what Dusty wanted to be.
Aw.
A weird coincidence, huh?
Welcome to
Interesting.
my sick and twisted mind.
Okay, I'm fine with your sick and twisted mind. It's just
Emmy has all these fun secrets.
There will be consequences, is what we're finding.
it.
out.
oh no. Oh no.
Can I cast Divine Sense?
Yeah.
Since that dude's acting like a zombie, like he might be possessed or something.
Sure.
And in case people aren't aware, for 10 minutes, or until I'm incapacitated, I know the location of any creature of either celestial, fiend, or undead, and within the same radius, I'm able to detect. Oh, and it's within 60 feet.
Yeah.
I'm able to detect the presence of any place or object that has been consecrated or desecrated.
Okay.
So I want to see if there's a kind of zombie thing going on.
This thing is not. You don't get any vibes off this. There is a fiend down here.
Ooh, fun.
There's a fiend in the water moving around.
Don't go in the water.
So this is a puddle. This
is about, so in front of you, you can see water that the water that has rushed your boat down here has like like trapped it directly behind you, and
Okay.
it is still flowing down into this like pool, which is basically like at the height you're at. Down here is a pool that's about 20 feet down from the rocks. Like you'd have to climb down into it or jump down into it, and there is a fiendish presence below the water down there.
So these aren't tunnels. Like these dark spots aren't walls. These are holes.
These are
They're
like
low.
these are holes that fall down into more water.
Right. Okay. Just making
You're not sure how deep all of them are. This one seems to be about 20 feet down. When you were watching the person sign earlier, he hinted that like some people fall into them and don't come out.
Right.
Im-
I was thinking these were like walls. That's why.
No, these are just like these are holes. Which is the advantage of being able to see, is that you are less likely to fall directly into them. Emmy, with the realization of what Heli is, you begin to hear static for a brief second, and you start to hear that kind of crackling as you're being contacted again starts to happen. You hear Emmy, you go. Tilly, roll a perception check for me.
Okay.
What is happening?
Hmm.
I don't. I'm.
I
Wondering
told
that
you there'd
too.
be consequences.
17.
Tilly, through your hearing aids, you hear the words, Emmy, where did you go? Through static.
Do I recognize the voice?
No, you do not.
I side eye Emmy. I don't say anything, but if Emmy makes eye contact, I
Oh, she is.
believe she'll.
Very
Yeah, she'll understand that Tilly just heard that.
As this is happening, this little zombified looking fish creature opens its mouth, and Raz, in front of you, you see what looks like a row. Have you ever seen a carp? They have a row of very humanoid, terrifying like
Oh.
teeth that go all the way down the back of their mouth.
I have a bad story about carps, but yeah.
This thing begins screaming at you, Raz, and runs directly at you. And it screams in that like and starts running directly at you.
Magnificent.
Okay.
I need you to roll initiative, please.
Woo!
Hey.
That is too funny.
Listen,
I got an 11.
Oh, we're all.
I
I got a 20.
Beatty, how did
Not
you
a
get?
natural.
She's an assassin, she gets advantage.
Dude.
Yeah.
Nice.
I
16.
got 5.
Good.
Tilly got a 12 and Tilly.
For
got a
anyone
16.
who wasn't paying attention to this thing, which I think at least includes Emmy and Tilly, if anyone else wants to say they may not have been paying attention, that's fine. You will kind of sit this one out as a surprise round. Beatty, you, I assume because of your nature, saw this thing happening quick. So it is your turn first.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to. I'd say Beatty was watching this thing kind of out of the corner of her eye the whole time, just because it's weird and creepy. So I'm gonna say she had her bow kind of at the ready.
Okay.
And she's gonna fire that bad boy. So,
Yeah, 24 will hit.
What is going on?
Nice.
You technically
Yeah,
have
and
advantage on the first round too. See if you crit, because you are
Okay.
an
Well,
assassin.
It's a good thing we've got the others around because
yeah.
You two are very distracted as Beatty just goes and shoots this thing in the head.
Let's see. That one's gonna be. Oh, hold on. I do have surprising strikes on. Okay, cool.
Not a nat 20, but still hits. So roll your damage plus your
Roll a
sneak.
20.
Okay. A sneak. Hold on.
I hear baby.
I know.
We love baby. Oh my god.
She's cheering for you.
As this thing starts running
God
towards you,
damn.
Raz, with its mouth wide open, screeching in this strange, like, strange gurgling way with its weirdly humanoid teeth. Beatty
Yeah.
plunks it in the head, and once again it skids like directly in front of you, just completely dead.
Raz,
Okay.
Raz gonna turn around and give her kind of a frustrated look and be like, I can kill them too. Because she always kills the ones in front of him.
Gotta be quicker than that.
Gotta be quicker than that.
So,
I feel like Iris just blinks as the arrow goes right past her head to hit the thing. Because she's right in front of where Beatty it shot right between her and Kaida. Like, and she'll turn, she's like, oh, darling, your aim is so good. Oh, just
Okay,
wonderful.
I'm gonna look at Iris and just be like, I still got it.
Yeah, oh, of course you
Even
do,
better.
dear.
Yeah,
Free day. See what I tell you? Practice makes perfect.
you're right.
Well, folks, I think we should head out. Again, I'm not getting any younger here.
Iris. Iris. Iris.
Yes, yes, dear. What?
Can I have a sidebar with you for a moment?
Yes, do we? All right, you folk go collect the ones on the ship, and we'll. Do we want right or left? And yeah, she'll move over to you.
As you guys start to talk, Neva and Raz, will you please both roll a perception check for me? Don't move yourself yet, Neva.
Oh, sorry. I was
Cool.
trying to not be in their conversation.
No, you're fine. I understand.
Okay.
Giving them privacy.
Neva was like, okay, I'm gonna just respectfully step away. Okay, perception.
Oh, good.
got
I
a
like that for
four.
me.
Good.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Oh, good,
I've
because I had
never-
thought about going to Raz, and then I remembered and blushed and went, you know what? I'm going to go to Iris instead.
Okay.
Does my divine sense not help at all?
The thing behind
It's
you
helping too
is
much.
still down there. But it's moving very fast as this like round proceeds.
Oh boy.
It's not a problem though for you because it jumps up out of the water, and you turn around just in time to deflect it with your shield as you see this big
no.
thing
God.
No.
Oh.
come out of the water.
Oh.
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 Try to
hello.
bite you as you
Yeah.
slam it with its shield.
All right.
It falls back down into the water and swims deeper and away from you.
Ooh.
Fucking hell.
Can I
Maybe we
not
shouldn't
see it?
stand so close to the edge.
It immediately after jumping up and biting at you, unless you want to take an attack of opportunity, it basically just slams back down in the water and swims away. But you can do if you want to.
Hmm.
Water.
Well, the only thought I had was if it's deep and dark down there, if I could, I don't know if I'd be allowed to use a bonus action to light my arrow. And
I
try to
think
shoot
light
it
is a.
to tag it, basically.
You already lit an arrow. Did you leave that one behind?
Yeah, I gave
Yes.
that one to the boat.
I think it's cool. Let's
Great
try it.
fight.
It's a cool idea. Let's see if you can hit it.
Because I'm just thinking if I can tag it, then that'd be fun. Let's see.
It'd be fun when it glows in the dark.
Right, and I can see where it's going under the water. I'm trying to find if I have.
Or like an
my-
anglerfish, it will terrify us further. We know that death is coming.
I'm trying to find my bow in here. I don't know if there it is. Wait, it's. Sorry, I'm trying to find it in my list of things, but I can't.
You're fine.
It's not in my attack names.
If you want to just roll a d20, we can add your dex and your proficiency to it. It's not going to be magical, so
That's 17, and then
That's
my
gonna hit.
dex is 0.
Yeah. So roll a. Is it a short bow or a long bow?
It's a crossbow.
So it's probably a d8. So roll a d8 for me.
Okay.
And what's your dex?
5 is 0.
Okay, so it does 5 points of damage, and this guy is now glowing.
Aha.
Nice.
I have to give him light. Oop. So he's going to give off light. This will vanish as he goes under the water, but it will be.
Right, but it'll give
That'll
me a
remain
range
on him.
because-
Yeah, you can see him in the
So I-
distance, like he's moving this. Well, you can't. No, you can. He's moving this way.
Okay.
It seems like these tunnels underneath here may connect, and so it seems like he's moving like along these paths and underneath them.
Okay, cool.
But you are safe for
then-
now.
Okay. But I'll
Jeez.
inform everyone that what I did, so that way they know to look out for it. Because I felt like if anything, that'll give us a warning visually if it's on its way after us or something,
Yeah.
or where it's
Yeah.
at.
And how long does your thing last? Your 10 minutes, right?
It says spell ends. Until the spell ends. Let me see.
Not light, but the ability to sense fiends.
Oh, that's a 10-minute.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
We cut back over to Emmy and Iris.
Yeah, so what's the problem, dear?
It's come to my attention that our new guest might not be as trustworthy as we might hope they are.
Well, I was getting a bit of a vibe from the one of them. The other seems pretty straightforward with that and such. It seems to be quite strange, the fact that they're here, but, I don't think anyone asked to be trapped in a cave.
Well,
So,
I mean, yes, but they seem to have aligned themselves with God, I'm going to sound like Raz saying this. Aligned themselves with the darkness.
well, there's nowadays people they have values of all sorts of kinds. I try not to judge each on what they choose, as long as they're not causing any harm to others. People are into a lot of things these days.
However, look, I need some advice.
Yes.
I'm in a bit of a predicament. Because ignoring their shadow associations means that I'm directly disobeying an agreement.
Well, because you look at it as, many business dealings have a bit of wiggle room if you know where to look.
Oh, not really.
Just
I believe the exact wording was, I must hunt any shadow creatures I become aware of.
Well, I'm not much of a hunter myself, but I figure reconnaissance and planning are part of that, right? So, the next however many days we're here is reconnaissance and planning. You know what you're hunting to hunt it effectively. And that does not mean picking a fight in the middle of a godforsaken tunnel of shit.
I completely agree with that, but
Yes.
they seem nice enough, but the fact is it still remains that once we get out, I will have to, right?
I mean, that is a bridge we can cross once we get to it. But, in my business dealing days, an agreement can always be met. Might not be the same as what you've got going on, but I think some things can be figured out.
Not if I want to see my family again.
I'm sorry, what?
Nothing. We should get out of this tunnel.
She'll put a hand on her shoulder and she'll take out a good berry and she'll take your hands and just place it in it. And she's like, all will be well, but we deal with one thing at a time. You know. And just a little bit of encouragement.
Beatty,
All
do you
right,
want
folks, I'm not getting any younger.
Beatty, do you want to hold your fish up for any photos or anything now that you've shot one?
Ah.
Yeah, 100%. Yes.
It is getting a little bit late, but I want to give you guys a chance to move forward if you'd like to. You have a couple of
Really
different.
quick,
Yeah,
sorry.
please. No, please.
I just wanted to do one thing. I'm so sorry.
No, please.
While that conversation with Emmy and Iris is happening,
Hmm.
Neva, without really any, not care, but like real notice, maybe care, that Kaida and Beatty are standing right there, kind of like taps Tilly on the shoulder and is like, Dealey, I am not sure that maybe we are not helping the right people. You know, we just jumped onto the boat and we didn't even ask. There are 4 people on the boat still over there, and there are 5 of them here. And we are supposed to be helping 4.
Maybe one of them doesn't need our help here.
Right, but we are looking for 4 well divers on the boat.
Well, and now we're all off the boat. They're not going to be on the boat forever.
Are Beatty and Kaida hearing this situation?
Yes.
I don't think they're
Full
being
blast
quiet, so
negativity.
yes.
No.
No,
Okay.
yeah.
Just
Uh,
side-eyeing Beatty.
Beatty's just gonna be well. To be fair, I just picked them up. I don't
She
I don't know
adopted
about the
us.
whole well diver situation. Just kind of here helping.
And
Give a
Tilly
nod.
smiles and goes, "See?
She looks at Kaida. Are you a well diver?
Yes, ma'am.
They nod.
Kind of newly minted, but still a well diver.
Neva, looking at
It's very
Kaida,
nice to
you
meet a
do
well
also
diver.
see a lot of big weapons, like, because I assume, Kaida, you're still carrying all your crazy weapons, right?
Oh yes.
So there is a long
Yeah,
scythe
they
on her back, a large maul, a big great axe. She's just got like a big collection of massive weapons.
kind of nod. It is very nice to meet a well diver up close.
Kaida just kind of smiles because she doesn't know how to take that.
Yeah,
Beatty's
we're
just
very
gonna
new to this.
Beatty's gonna just. I'm pretty cool too. You don't. It's.
Oh no, you
Never mind.
seem you seem wonderful. I just meant, we are here to help the well divers, which is kind of strange because, we are not well divers and we are not that very strong. So I was surprised when the RMO was like, you need to come and save these 4 on the boat and the water is breathing and all of this stuff.
Wait,
And so now
Oh no, I
who
get it. I do.
she takes like a deep breath.
sent you to help the well divers?
They look at Tilly.
Tilly laughs. Um, so how open-minded are you?
I mean, this cat keeps coming into a wall and talking to me over the last few days, so I'm pretty open-minded.
You know what? I'm gonna pin that. We'll circle back.
Says the person with a hellhound.
Listen. So basically, we were told from a person who gets visions that y'all needed help.
Kaida just blinks slowly.
I love Kaida's vibe. She's just so unbothered.
Neva takes out the
Beatty's-
piece of paper. Go ahead, sorry.
I was gonna say, Beatty just goes, "Oh, I was actually told by Iris that they needed help. So kind of same boat. Yours seems a little cooler, but go on."
Does Iris get visions?
No, I think she's just wise.
That's just fair. Ours gets visions, and we just, whenever she tells us to go, we just go. She leads and we follow, although she is not here right now. But when she is here, we follow.
That's code for
That
your
makes
old
sense.
woman's not as cool as their old woman.
Yeah.
Hell,
And fighting words.
Oh, yours doesn't
Well-
get visions? Ours gets visions.
no. Mama Iris is she's pretty. She just knows when people need help. No visions, but I mean that would be pretty cool.
No, I think it is even better if she does not get visions and she just knows, It's like coming
That's
from the
true.
inside.
Yeah, yeah.
It's coming.
Tilly
from
pets
okay,
Helly as they're talking.
Three or the four. The ones on the boat, are they also well divers?
3 of them are.
Oh,
One of them wishes they were.
And then if they're off the boat, then there's 8 well divers. So I guess you're wrong in helping us at all. Wrong group. Sorry.
Fucking line.
I do not know.
I think
if that
Iris will
is-
put a hand. Like, it was always, appreciated, especially in a situation like this. Quite the
Pocket
luck you had
sized.
finding us.
I'm happy to have more help. And your dog's cool too.
The dog is
Yeah,
very
we
cool.
can get
Thanks.
one of those.
No, we
Yeah,
don't.
ours.
We don't.
Beatty's gonna lean over to Kaida and be like, "Is that Emmy? Is it over there? Is she acting normal? Cause that was a little snippy. I don't like. I'm not all for new people, but
I don't think Emmy has a normal.
no. All right.
You know what?
I
Valid.
don't either, but
Fair.
I don't
Uh,
either. But good to know. All right.
Iris will ask our new friends. Do you have any connection to the Church of Toa, or the Martyrs in any way?
Both of your
No.
minds peek up with the
Really?
name Martyr because it's on the paper, but outside of that, you've never heard of either.
No.
Excellent. It's just not great.
I mean, that's a start.
Well, no, it says right here, and
Oh,
Neva takes out the paper. They cannot be victims of the martyr.
I mean, I do agree with that. I'd prefer to not. Is this
So we
because
keep-
we're
Well, that's
being
dark.
saved for something else, or is that
I do not know. I just know what is on this paper.
It's fair enough. A later issue for that then.
I think we keep all the 8 well divers. Well, the 7, and then the other one who is not a well diver, and then also you. And they point to Beatty. Everybody just stays alive, and then we figure out when Arima comes back. We will figure it out. She will tell us who we needed to save, and if everyone is saved, then that is good, right?
Well, that sounds quite lovely.
Mm.
Making the best out of a piss poor situation.
Well,
Right,
Iris
well,
isn't getting any younger.
She chuckles and passes. She's like, "Yes, you're right. Let's get to move on. We'll get the others in. Right or left, people? Which way do we want to go?"
Every time it gets quiet, by the way, every time it gets quiet, you can hear this little like fish person like shuffling the coins back and forth, like counting them, and then like flipping them back. So y'all are just quiet, and you hear ding, like he's flipping the coins in the air. Bling.
I was genuinely
sense.
wondering if you meant to leave him there. I was
Yeah,
like,
he's sitting there along this like water edge, like playing with the coins and staring at the water.
He's
He's not
waiting
doing
for
anything.
us to
Absolutely
die so
not.
he can come get the stuff.
Oh, bye, Emmy.
Yeah.
Oh, we're
Yep,
going.
nope. Emmy's like, nope. The sooner I get out
I'm
of
out.
here, the sooner I'm out of this predicament.
I feel like the shallow water would have
All
been
right.
better.
Can I make
I'm
a
pulling a
survival-
Raz.
I'm pulling a
Tilly's
Raz.
mid saying.
Oh,
Well, I
sorry.
think Tilly's like mid saying. Well, I think he said that left was where all the screaming. Oh, okay, we're going that way.
Emmy, as you
Alright, we
cross
go.
this narrow bridge thing, I need you to make a acrobatics or athletics check as you're crossing it.
Oh,
It is very
Ooh.
wet.
Fuck.
Uh-oh.
That's what she said.
Gross.
I was like,
Uh,
Hey, 20!
Hey, Nat 20! What the fuck is going on? Nat
I don't
20!
know what is going on.
I didn't die!
You did not. You made it across easily. You also, though, Emmy, do see in the water up here, there's a glowing light deep in the water over there.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
And actually,
Raz,
what's
I think
your
I found your fish.
what's your visual distance? Hang on, I gotta remember how to do this. In the very, very, very distance, I think you can see this guy. Can you see that guy?
No, I can't.
Dude, I can see that guy.
Then you don't see that guy.
All right.
Raz, how do you see that guy?
You and your special
'cause my vision
specialize.
goes that far.
Whoa.
Vision.
Yeah.
he's got real good
Alright.
I
vision.
thought you guys had
My
the same
vision is
visual
one block
range.
further than that guy.
30
To there.
Oh,
nocturnal. What is your night vision? Why is your night vision 60?
guy
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Mhm.
Okay.
Which guy are we looking
have-
at?
He can see a person up here somewhere. A
Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm
I
not
can't
zoomed
see
out.
Humanoid.
Someone
Where
in
at?
this
If they're
general
here,
area.
I
He-
should
he's
be able
pointing
to
at
see
Say
them.
where.
They're right on the edge, Emmy, of your vision. You'd have to move one
Vision.
block further. Yeah.
I can see them too. Is that? Am I
Um,
supposed to be able to see them?
Neva?
If I
Hang
go
on.
like that and take one step.
Do I have X-ray vision? What's
Wait a minute.
happening?
You
No,
should.
no,
I
no,
can't
no,
see
no.
them when I look as you.
I can't see him.
Can I
Yeah.
go
No,
Thing?
even not moving, I think you changed my vision, and I can just see the edge of him now.
If I move you back, do you lose him? Oh no, it's because of the you lose him a little bit when you move back. It's right there where you can see him.
Yeah.
Am I
Um,
supposed to see? My dark vision's 60.
Yeah,
Before
60. If you
everyone
have 60 feet, you should be able to see
heads
him.
across,
I don't see him.
You have 30 or 60?
Iris is gonna
60.
Okay. Sorry.
Iris is gonna take out a length of rope, and she's gonna offer it to everyone. She'll be like,
Okay.
"All right, seeing how Miss Emmy almost slipped right into the water, I think we should essentially chain up. So if anyone does fall in, we can retrieve easily.
I'll
and
go in?
rapidly." Pardon? Did I cut out?
If we
or-
all chain up, and if
Yeah,
one of
it's
us
a point.
falls, all of
the
us
ideal
will
is
fall.
that the others would not fall and they would pull the other up.
Oh,
Is the
60
idea
feet.
of it?
Unless we all slip because one person slipped.
Well, I
But then
mean,
if one person gets eaten, we all get dragged in and then eaten.
Emmy, I forgot
Oh,
you have
hello.
60 feet. You can see more things.
I can see more things.
Yeah, you have 60
so
feet.
I
I'm
have
giving
the
everybody who had
right-
30 60 because I gave you the wrong amount.
Oh wait, I don't know if I want to stay to the right because there's a big pool of water along the right hand side,
There is.
and because there's a big pool of water, that means there could be the big things.
Well, Emmy,
How do
before you
I-
move, let's let them figure out what they're doing with their rope.
Yeah, the rope.
You're hustling across, but they are
Don't
There.
you want to
Okay,
help
I
your
get far
friend
enough
back
that
here?
my idiocy
I
went.
would like
I've just
to."
thrown into the dark.
you, these are not walls again, so those of you who can see, you can see across this. This is like a hill. It looks slippery because everything in here looks slippery, but outside of that, it looks like you could try to cross up this way if you'd like to, or you can go this way to try to catch up with Emmy, or of course, it looks like you can go south.
So people don't want the rope, and she'll like put it back into the bag.
I mean, we can do it if that is what is best. I just think that we should get your friend over there.
Oh, I would like to very much.
We could double
I'm
up
just-
instead of everybody.
I'm just thinking the more to help pull up in an event might be better, but we could do duos as well. We could also just hold on to it, and if someone's slipping, you could let it go. But
Just hope for the best. we can double up. I just am thinking because I think that Neva would probably want to double up with Tilly, but I don't think either one of us are very. Are we all like? Everyone's not super weak, right? Like,
I,
doesn't really
yeah,
make sense to double up with like 2 weak people, you know?
Iris is
Be-
not strong. We could
Beatty's
just go, I
gonna
think.
immediately
Raz rushes ahead, so I need an athletics or an acrobatics check, Raz.
Oh no.
Yep.
Oh no, there's not enough of us, is there?
Oh, fun.
Oh,
All right,
With
Raz.
a plus 5, I got an 8.
Oh.
Roll a d100 for me. That's going to determine which way you go.
Sweet.
A
I got a plan
100
anyway.
ways to go.
36.
All right. Raz, as you're about right here, you fall off into the water on the left. It is a 20-foot fall into the
Okay.
water. You
But
have a
as I'm
reaction.
falling. Yes.
hmm
Hmm.
As I'm falling, I'm going to instinctively use Celestial Revelation, and it will cause these bright light wings to appear and allow me to fly.
Okay.
Oh,
Real quick,
okay.
is that a reaction or a
So
bonus
everyone
action?
gets-
Oh,
It is.
Mm.
I don't know. let's see. It's a bonus action.
Okay, so you will hit the water right before that happens, but then you can use a bonus action. Now, the bad news is, as you hit the water, you make a pretty big splash, and you start to see light coming at you.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
But you were able to cast your wings, which allow you to fly how fast?
As fast as I can walk, so it is 30 speed.
Okay. I'm gonna have you roll a dex saving throw if you want to get out of the water before this thing gets to you, because it is gonna get to the area almost the exact second. It's fast, so it's gonna get to the area almost as fast as you get out of it. So as you fly back up, roll a
Dex save.
dex saving throw, please. As this thing effectively, as it moves up to you, this this thing
Dude.
This thing almost reminds you of a catfish with sharpened teeth.
Nice.
Have you ever seen a viperfish before? A viperfish, look one up if you haven't seen one. They have overlaid front teeth that are very sharp and long.
Oh,
It almost looks like a viperfish front with multiple sets of eyes.
Yeah, I have seen these guys.
It is very long like an eel, but it's wide like a catfish. And as you try to get out of the water, this thing leaps out as you're flying and tries to bite you. It will be bad news if it hits, but you have very ooh, okay. It's that's a 20. Does that hit your AC?
Ooh,
My
Totally
armor
not.
class is 20, so does it hit
That's
or not?
ridiculous.
It does. That's tie goes to the runner. So I need
Okay.
you. We're all gonna probably have to go on initiative, and maybe this is where we leave off. All of you watch as Raz falls, hits the water, and then begins to ascend with these beautiful, like, glowing wings.
Made of light,
And then
basically.
suddenly, as these wings made of light are lifting him into the air, you watch this gigantic, sharp-toothed catfish leap out of the water. And Raz, I need a strength saving throw from you real quick, bud.
Okay. Let's see what
Uh-oh.
we got here.
Oh, no.
Hold on, I haven't rolled,
Okay.
I also rolled max damage, so that's bad news.
Well,
Oh,
yeah, and I
boy.
only rolled a 7, so
Oh,
I'm
boy.
rolling well at all.
You take 10 points of damage as this thing chomps down on you in midair, and you go into its mouth. As it gulps
No.
you down, swallows you into its stomach, and then hits the water.
Ooh.
And that is where we are going to pick up next time on Punch and Roll for
Everyone, like,
Initiative.
Emmy or
Iris just
Iris
looks
to
over.
yell
She's
out.
like, "That's why you have a rope."
No, that's why. Yeah, never mind.
No, it's a bad line.
He ascends
Oh,
into the
no.
air and gets swallowed.
And he thought he could kill that fish thing before me.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear
Oh,
God.
This has gone
no.
so
That
well
was
for us.
amazing.
Well, thank you all for joining us.
Yeah.
I feel
Oh, what a
so-
great time.
I feel
Yeah.
so bad for being mean.
don't feel
Yeah, the only reason I
bad.
went there was because I was going for you. So.
Aw.
Oh,
No.
no. Raz has put me in a weird. Well, no, I put myself in a weird position. But Raz put me in a weird position first.
No, you put yourself in multiple weird positions because you saw me in a bathtub and then you got really awkward around me.
Damn.
Look,
I'm just saying.
Chat is asking if you're dead. So no, you can be. So the thing about D&D is you can be swallowed by a monster and not die. This monster just
People mend themselves to the inside of the thing's throat before.
that's terrible.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Oh dear.
Ugh.
This creature has the ability to swallow things whole as long as it's medium or smaller. And so because Raz is a medium creature, it jumps up and swallows him whole, and it's going to try to basically digest him while Raz can try to figure out how to get out of him. So he doesn't instantaneously die or anything, but he is.
Do you do
Blind.
it that there is a level of oxygen, and so he is actually just taking acid damage until eventually he dies?
He could potentially
You were
suffocate.
trying to kill me, thank
Suffocate.
Oh no, because I know everyone does. I know everyone does the swallowing mechanism differently in terms
Yeah.
of like suffocation versus
This specific
acid.
creature is water based, and so the potential to drown is there. It does not have an acid based stomach, And so it's actually the terrible, gross thing about the inside of this res. I'm very sorry. This thing is lined with teeth all the way down the inside of it, like a lot of fish and
Oh,
turtles
that's
are.
Cheese
Fantastic.
grater.
Yeah,
Oh.
they have bones. I found one on the beach a few weeks ago. They have bones on the inside of their stomachs, basically, that are like jaws, and so it is literally chewing you on the inside of its stomach. So you will be taking damage
Huh.
basically every round unless you get out of it. The possibility that you drown before that would be pretty pretty low, but that
Hey, if
is
only you had all these knives and weapons on you right now. Oh wait.
everyone swallows differently / Tegan. I love that. That's very good.
Well, no, I just know that the mechanisms, everyone does it differently. Sorry, stupid DM brain question.
God.
So I
No, he's
think
gone full Pinocchio.
I think next week we will likely have a much larger cast joining us. We will have Waira and hopefully both Aaron. I almost called him Aaron. Aaron and Zach will be
Hey.
back, and we will figure out a way to try to incorporate them as fast as possible. So if we are still in this cave, maybe we bring them into the cave at some point. We'll figure all that out. But we're gonna have
Red
The f-
Bold and the Revenge.
They've been in the fish the whole time. They're just chilling.
Lying
I
in
just-
wait.
I just
Yeah.
like the fact that when they got off the ship, though, it was explained that Beryl did one of those fail videos of he just completely missed the deck and ate shit.
Fucking whipped
I didn't mean to put that on Zach's character of like he bust his ass on the dock, but I just thought it was funnier
He's a
visually.
wizard. It's likely. Let's just be real.
But thank you so much to Ariana and Dusty for joining us. We really appreciate both
Thank
of you.
Yeah, thanks for having
It
us.
is amazing having you. Thank you for bringing
Thank you.
Doggo. You didn't
It
know.
has been so awesome.
It is very late for you guys too. You're more than welcome to hang out with us. We tend to like do like a decompress and then we go offline and chat for a little bit. But you are welcome to, if you would like to be able to, exit formally, please feel free to. I know it's late, so no pressure if you want to head out.
It
Yeah.
feels like
Ethan,
no
did I-
pressure, but it also feels like so much. No, I'm just
Oh, I can
Did
just
I see
imagine
that?
She
that
picked it up.
Ethan.
She picked up the subtleties.
I can just imagine that Ethan, as you were explaining to Ethan what you wanted to do with your character and everything, just a
Mhm.
little evil goblin brain of going, "This is gonna go so well."
You know what the funny part of it is that not all of it connected with me until like earlier today. Part of it, like in the very beginning when we were first talking about it, a big part of it connected, and I was like, "This is gonna be so fun." And then Dusty's character just kept getting better and better and more perfect. And then the fact that you nat 20'd an Arcana check on a non-Arcana thing was just so perfect to be like, "Oh, guess what this is." So if you'd rolled lower, it would have been, not even a problem. It would have just been like, "This is a dog. Don't worry about it."
Yeah, which would have been
Yeah.
fine. And it's the same thing with Raz and the Nightwing thing. I'm like, everyone in the party's gonna think that I'm just this crazy bitch.
I mean, all of us have our problems, right?
We all have
I
our
promise.
quirks.
I promise to the
I was gonna
internet, I
say.
don't hate everyone new that I come across.
I think it's really interesting, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm super excited to see, what it's gonna all bring about.
Me too.
Yeah.
Because there really was no like, hey, you should do this because this would be cool with this. So any like sort of coincidences that
Oh yeah.
our characters have with y'all's are literally just coincidences. So when you
Yeah.
started talking about like this weird thing that Emmy was having, I was sitting here going, I want to know. I want to know. Tell me the connection between our characters. I want to know.
Yeah, it is
And I
all.
love the moment though because it was picked up that Emmy, where have you gone? You and I I just imagine both of our characters looked at each other at the same time with sparks of,
Yeah.
oh, I don't trust you. And
Yeah.
both of them are like,
What the fuck
I'm
was
glad we
that?
both fucking agree.
Yeah, Emmy, nobody's ever heard the things you hear before, ever.
Oh yeah, I'm aware
That's
that I'm aware
So
that I'm
interesting.
crazy.
What is happening? I want to know.
I
do-
love
I do-
having.
I like Iris's spit take of, well, if I want to see my family again. Sorry, what was that, dear?
Sorry,
Don't
dear.
worry.
What
Oh,
the
nothing.
fuck was that?
See,
So
Iris
good.
knows the most about Emmy at this point because
Mhm.
you grilled my housekeeper. What she
She's
told
like-
you.
She's like, does the dog have your family? Is there like a? She's like, why is this? All right. I mean,
I don't
she's
know.
done her fair share of business deals, but like that seems a little different.
Yeah, the dog took away my family and has buried them somewhere.
I also-
Dalmatians killed my mother.
I just want to point out too that I know this is my catchphrase, but you guys have an entire like dungeon situation I've created that's 2 floors, and you're in the first fucking chamber still.
Yep.
I told you.
Look,
Yeah,
we're on-
Oh,
I
yeah.
can see what bad guys are on the map, and I'm like, I don't even know if we're gonna get to the map.
Do you want to understand why? Listen, it was after 10 already, and I'm like, we're still just standing here talking, and they're
That's why I
talking
kept
about if
pushing
we're gonna
y'all.
use a rope or not, and so I'm like, screw it, I'm just gonna make him walk and see what happens. And it was one of those where I'm like, that's what Raz does anyway, but I'm like, I've been rolling all right, but not
Yeah,
today.
I love that you
And all
ended up
these
being
20s
catfish bait. That was good.
Yeah, all these 20s have been going out, so I'm like, surely I'll get a decent roll, and instead I got like 2 3s and a 2. I'm like, this is
Yeah.
not making
That just
sense.
moment of
I was
like,
gonna say,
oh,
the
he can
rope
fly, and
conversation
then
only took like 5
Yeah.
minutes tops.
yeah,
That has
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
been our
when you
longest
mentioned-
conversation.
When you mentioned the cliffs and stuff, I was like, oh, because I was trying to think, I want Raz to just have it happen. I don't want him to know about it. I
sure.
want it to be something that like occurs out of necessity.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, cool, this will be the way he can save himself. And then so when he fell, I was like, sweet. And then you immediately sucked that away from me. And it's like, okay.
I didn't mean to. You had a reaction. You hit the water, and then
It's all about the roll.
you rolled a 2. I'm sorry. The
Mhm.
dice said you get eaten by a fish. You had, to be fair,
God.
a dex save. It tried to hit you.
I don't
It
have any
rolled.
dex. I have
I
zero
know,
dex.
but it rolled a 15. It has a +5 to eat you. Then you made a strength save, which is not very high. It's a very low strength save, and you failed that too. I don't know how to help you, buddy. The dice
Yeah,
said you
my
get swallowed by this
strength was
catfish.
5, so I was like, all right, great.
He knows this guy's getting his knife back. That's all he knows.
Yeah.
I'm
I will say I had a really good time role playing, and I am glad that we had the space to do it because it was awesome.
Yeah,
We're
I
so
don't know
glad
why
you were
you're always
here.
surprised, Ethan. You get a group of
Yeah.
storytellers together and then go,
I know.
don't role play though.
I know.
Yeah.
He's not asking that.
Yeah.
No. But I just love when we can, I just love watching the characters interact.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I
awesome.
tried
too.
Just wanna be
so hard to
friends
sit
with
back.
everybody.
Yeah.
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 No, it's
Well, we
great.
might have to have a conversation about whether or not you guys want to join us for 3 sessions instead of 2, but we'll chat about that later.
I have a feeling that it was
Three,
not
like,
going to be a
4,
one
5.
session situation, especially because you only play for like 2.5 hours.
Right, yeah.
I was like, I don't really
Yeah.
know how this is going to work, but I was like, gonna go with the flow, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
listen, I'm here. I'm having fun. I'm here. I'll be here however long you need me.
I,
I'm
I,
here.
I
Oh,
actually
goodness.
adore your characters, the whole character design of them. They sound
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Thank
Like,
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
yeah,
you.
the artwork
had
is
so much
fantastic as
fun.
well.
The backgrounds,
Yes,
Yes.
thank
you
you.
guys,
So much
no
fun.
guest would ever give us this kind of background. I'm telling you, I'm so impressed with how much
I-
stuff I got.
I
You set the
I
bar
got
high for our
nervous.
future guests.
You did.
because we just really like to create characters, and you were like, just roll with it, and I was kind of like, I don't know if you should really like. officially roll that to us.
I
Yeah.
said something
Yeah.
like, whatever you create in the world exists, and then I got how many paragraphs was yours, Tilly? Was it like 10?
It was a lot.
It was
Hell yeah.
1,700 words.
Yeah.
It was a 1,700 word document.
Yep.
Here's a
Amazing.
You know what?
dissertation on my character's
A s-
backstory.
a s-
You know
it
what?
was a
I
scene
gave,
from
I
her
gave Ethan an
backstory.
8-page.
Yeah.
I gave Ethan an 8-page. Yeah.
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 It was
But, I mean-
a scene from her backstory
Dang.
that like really described who she was and how she came to like have her class and stuff.
Yeah.
So
We
I love
also
that.
full on had a meeting before this, like with
Yeah, we
the three
did.
of us, to like go over how. Well, we had meetings with you, but then me, Dusty, and Wayra were talking last night, and then today about like, okay, so this is our character's deal. This is what they do. This is where they're from. This is this. So yeah.
mhm.
I love that so
But now
much.
we have new characters fleshed out, so that's fun.
Yeah. I love them so much. And they have created like new things in the world that because these 3 characters exist, there are other things that now exist in the world because of them. And I love that about like having you guys be a part of this has been amazing. You know, I really appreciate it.
Aw, thank you. We are really
It's been
grateful that you
incredible
let us
so far.
collaborate this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say bye to stream. We might hang out longer, but bye stream.